In the land of endless nights, we're bound to fight again. The clock resets our lights, a tale that never ends. Through the storms and fire's glare, we rise to face the fate. With courage in the air, forgetting yesterday. You've got time, all the time, to break the chains of fate. You've got time, all the time, to set the record straight. In every dawn we see a chance to try once more. With hearts unbound and free, we open every door. In the quest that never cease, we know what we must do. With spirit seeking peace, the reckless will be true. You've got time, all the time, to right the wrongs we've made. You've got time, all the time, to let the past just fade. You've got time, all the time, to break the chains of fate. You've got time, all the time, to set the record straight.
This party might die tonight. Okay. Hello, everyone! Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with our awesome and beautiful crew of the Wreckless. Everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi!
Hi.
Hello.
Woo. Hello! If this is your first time watching this, hi, we are a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, having 4 parties for now. Living, existing, breathing, making deals, not making deals, and somewhere in between with a immortal bear. In the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Astera. So if this is your first time joining us, welcome. Let's do some D&D. We're going to be actually, so first thing we do is announcements in this, but we're actually going to be extremely quick with announcements. So Nav, get ready. So normally what we would do is we would talk about Humblewood, but Humblewood is officially over. We did it. They got the bad guys, the bad guy dead, and everybody went home. Chapter of Humblewood is over, and it was beautiful and amazing. And everybody who played in it, which I know includes these 2 people right here, was thank you so much. It was a beautiful and wonderful time, and everybody enjoyed it. And because of that ending, we also have an even more exciting announcement. Our 5th campaign in the country of Abervar is full. We have filled the campaign. All 6 players are now fully booked. So if you were looking and thinking and going, maybe, I don't know, it's too late. I sneeze at you. Thank you. It's too late. As we have fully booked it. We've got everybody set up. So for those that have no idea what I'm talking about, sorry, 1 second.
Bless you again.
And again.
Woo. Sorry, when I sneeze, it's never stopping. What were we talking about? Abervar. The land of Abervar, for those that are unfamiliar, is a country that is east of Imea, and a place that is that Imea is unfamiliar of, but Abervar is familiar with Imea. A place that is filled with the concepts of industry and progress and metal and desert and trains and guns and crazy and flying griffins. I think I've forgotten to say that for the past couple of weeks. Yeah, there's gonna be griffins.
Trains, guns, and griffins, and I get slapped around by a crab.
Yep. I don't know what to say. Maybe you're in the wrong campaign. I don't know what to tell you. But it's too late. Yeah, so super excited to be able to launch that. That will probably be launching, I think, early October. We're at a stage right now where everybody's kind of building up their character sheets and trying to kind of make sure that we have characters that are going to be as awesome and cool as they are enticing and beautiful, or not beautiful. Thinking, Matt, if you're watching this, I'm thinking about your character.
Oh,
not beautiful at all.
I can't wait.
At least on the outside. Yeah.
Maybe on the inside.
Yeah, you sure?
We're fine.
I've seen the art. It is horrifying.
Oh, that's
It
awesome.
is horrifying.
Good.
Yes,
You know?
it's super cool. So we're still going to be doing up until the session 1. We'll still be doing a spot where one of each of the campaign people can ask one question about the new land of Abervar and the people and the politics and all of that stuff in there. So let's see. This is going to be kind of it for our announcements coming up. So we're going to just kind of just start out right from there. Anybody who asks, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Flying ship.
What?
All right.
Do they have flying ships? Like,
Do they have flying ships? No, they do not.
Carvis is still going to be the first one to it.
Carvis is starting the race to it. Yep.
We're the crash test dummies.
They do not have flying ships, I will say, in the way that you're asking, I assume. Being able to conquer the long journeys in the air in that way.
Dirigibles.
No bombings for us. Gotcha.
There's some limited flight, but not from one place to another.
It's called falling.
You're right. That's just how far. Yeah, we're just saying there's some people that are able to do that and they have wings. No. If you want to call a winged creature a flying ship.
Flying ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
See how far that gets you.
So Abervar is fully booked, and this is my first time announcing it. I'm very excited. For those that for most of you that are unfamiliar, honestly, our journey into expanding this world from our first initial crew with Mongoose Crew. I mean, it took about maybe 3 to 4 months to be able to get the North Imeans together, which is Unearthed Arcanum and New Moon. It took about maybe about a month to be able to get enough people to be able to kind of get the Wreckless going. It took less than a week to get Abervar, currently called the Brasslight campaign, going. So that's awesome, and that's very exciting and heartwarming to see. So thank you. Lastly, announcements. If you're interested in supporting the channel, best way to do so is to like and subscribe where you're watching this, whether that is on YouTube or Twitch, but also checking out our Instagram and TikTok down below right there, at It's a Long Story _TTRPG. Who knows? Now, if you do that and I go full crazy and decide to add a 6th campaign, don't assume I'm doing that.
Right here, folks.
I'm already going crazy with just the prep for the
Joe
5th.
will die if there's a 6th one.
Yeah.
I will die.
might do
If you want me to
one
die,
jump.
you want me to die, I'll add a 6th campaign for you. No. But yeah, if you
I
were
don't want you to ever die. I want you to live forever.
encase my body and icy. All right. Anyways, yes. So if you were interested in supporting those things, it would help us out a great deal. We really appreciate it. Also, we have 5 campaigns going soon. That is going to be super fun and entertaining, and there's going to be a lot of stuff with that, of clips and terrain pieces and all that stuff. And my head's already exploding just thinking about the amount of work. But it'll be all worth it for you and you and you and you. Maybe you. Cool. That's it for the announcements. So before we start tonight, which I'm very excited for tonight, because we're going to be doing something that I have never done, I don't think, in any campaign on this channel.
Full party wipe.
Full part TPK. I'm so excited for it, guys. You see the smile on my face for this TPK I'm about to give? No, you'll see. You'll find out. So before we do that, we do need to get a recap of where we left off. So, Nav, please take it away.
I'll try my best.
I believe
so
you.
much happened. No, please don't. Anyway, we last left our party standing on the shores of Sway, looking at the massive hole in the ship they stole. Turns out our resident and dying killing bear Kobamu had escaped. Hilly Duval, a tiefling woman, managed to bring back one of the 2 orcs who were injured during Kobamu's daring escape. The party looks on with Carvis, the town's spellmaker, and his son Yes. Carr takes the air for a bird's eye view, which is better than none. And Yoon states that the party, he assumes, they're indeed going to go after the bear that can roughly rip 8,000 pounds out the ground. But both Kay and Ogre would rather not, but there may not be much choice. This shocked responsibility surprises Yoon, but Ogre states that the place Kobamu is heading towards is a tower, and the tower had bad heebie-jeebie vibes. I was missing a roof. And speaking of towers, there is also a tower in Faran, but, onto that later. Kobamu is just a force of nature, uncontrollable storm who will knock anything in his path. During this conversation, Zed noticed that it's a little too quiet, and it's quickly evident that all the goblins aren't there, specifically Granny, Ogre's grandma, who might still be a little upset about the fight and may have gone home back to the bog. And in the air, Car notices both the path of Kobamu's destruction, but also notices the random items that have been left out north, such as a giant spaghetti pot, some clothes, and as well as little green feet heading back to the direction of the bog. He informs the party of his findings, and it's clear that the pots and pans and other miscellaneous items dropped by the goblins are now Sways. Yoon quickly checks in with Ogre about what she wants to do with Granny, and decides to share a similar story in which the Yoon law gets dropped. Okay, in Faran there are families. Each family are quite large, and you don't have a last name till you're 12. And one of the families will choose you, or you become a pirate, or you're nameless, and that's a whole other deal, apparently. Yoon wasn't always an Aurelian. He knew many other Aurelians growing up and lived near the main house. They're his family now, very much how the Goblin clan are Ogre's family now. There is what you are and who you are. However, Yoon being Yoon rambles a lot, as Riaris has previously pointed out to him, and this conversation goes on. However, this nature versus nurture debate is a little much for Ogre right now. As she mentions, there is a potential undying bear on the loose. And Yoon's home sounds sad and horrible, and Zed does the double take back of, wait, you don't know your birth parents? Yoon's raised communally. That's great. And then it leads into this whole rant of, have you seen children? Have you been around children? Sometimes you need to leave. Car nods at this fact as not being raised by birth parents, and Carvis interrupts us with the chaos that is going on. Yoon also hands Carvis a piece of paper with our new ship designs, which just unfolds once, then twice, then 3 times, and then it just keeps unfolding. And, Carvis gets lost in that sauce. Ogre sketches a beautiful picture of holding Fisher's hand, her big brother, and Granny's hand, and gets Yoon to write down some words for a potential message to send with Carvis or by feathers. So, Ogre can have that conversation with Granny, make sure everything's okay. Zed also asks to see the letter, which is a whole deal. Yoon hands him a plain piece of paper, and Zed starts rubbing Ogre's sweat on that plain piece of paper so the goblins don't eat that paper. And, Zed could have just said it, but Zed being Zed, it's oddly endearing, and it's great. Go see it. There's also a quick Zed recap where Zed used to use ropers when business was slow, and that's a whole other thing. Anyway, I'm moving on. So much happened. And this is me cutting stuff out. Anyway, Yef comes to us, Carvis' son, and is like, hey, do you guys need help? Which leads the party to immediately sweat drop, because it's understood telepathically that if anything does happen to this child, Carvis may kill us. But listen, Yef's a young adult. He can make his own decisions. No cap. And what better way to test this than Ogre pushing him down without no warning? He failed this test. So Yoon asks what can he do with range, which is met with a sass response. However, the Wreckless, we're not a monolith here. Everyone has their own idea and their own methods. Riaris's Pearls of Wisdom of Yef is a fledgling and needs to fly versus Yoon's semi kind of panic of there needs to be an oath that new crew members need to take and swear, right? Which, according to Zed, is drinking. Yef can hold his liquor for he's half dwarf, and Zed, being multi-talented, speaks Dwarvish and says they will drink a lot tonight, and Zed will not pilot the ship. Yef decides to tell us, and Kay hits Zed on the back of the head, being like, "No, I heard you. I do also speak Dwarvish." Anyway, during all this chaos, Car goes to speak to Carvis with a request, and returns the chaos to the chaos of the party as we all head to our ship, the Wreckless. On the way, we see the real MVP, Isabel, but it's fine. We move. She's just lugging bells around. It's all cool. Anyway, we continue downriver. We head to the tower. Yef steers the ship. There is a conversation between Kay and Yef about why Kay knows Dwarvish, revealing some little backstory. If they had a friend in Waterfun who was a dwarf, and it's fine, and Yef is also Dwarvish and knows Dwarvish for that reason. Anyway, Car is watching Yef and making him very uncomfortable, which is beautiful to see. There is a cute conversation between Nala and Car, in which Nala has multiple questions about the Firewing and if Car has met any of the Firewing. Car also has questions about why the Aarakocra is separated and what's their purpose. But it's okay, they'll figure it out together. There's also conversations about Kobama and his reasons, but we're moving on. We switch to Ogre, who is on top of Muffins, giving scritches. Muffins are Hundun with no head, but beautiful, beautiful wings. Animal therapy. We're all about it. Zed sits at front of the ship with a bottle of alcohol, and Rias is testing his new lands, approaches and pokes the bottle of Zed. Pokes Zed. The bottle Zed is holding. I can English today. Anyway, Zed and Rias have a conversation about Zed's mentor, Jean, merci. A rough-looking dude missing a few fingers and a coat with loads of pockets. It comes to light that this is the same dude that both Riaris and Zed have met. It feels a little innocuous, perhaps it's fate a little, but it does strike Riaris as odd that Jean does not show up anywhere else in Riaris' time loop of memories. Yoon watches this conversation sitting on the side of the deck, shuffling cards, thinking of home, and the weight, responsibility, and other thoughts leads to the cards kind of being dropped out of this magic jack. Man's be pressed, but maybe not depressed yet. Anyway, Yoon goes to Yef and about keeping the wheel steady, and there should be a lookout to help, which may have been Yoon. Yoon then talks to Yef for a hot minute and a half about a huge library, a book repository in Chukan, which a member of the Euralian family run. Pirates don't like books, obviously. And it's a whole thing. It's beautiful to see. Yoon quickly becomes like an Agni aunt, maybe a therapist. As the sharpest weapon we use is guilt against ourselves about Yef's whole thing about leaving home. Which, ayo, that line hurt me, so Evan, I'm gonna bill you for that one. Appreciate it.
I bill you.
No! Anyway, hopefully with Yef not running away, this is just a small excursion. But for a bunch of pirates, we're a sensitive bunch, according to Yef. This is Yoon's first time pirating, as the Euralian family are in the middle of Chukan to act as mediators between the families, so he wouldn't allow to pirate. It's more of a union thing anyway. Anyway, we drop anchor, furl the sails, head towards the tower with Car perching at the top with a view of the huge scimitar on the second floor. So the third floor is gone, and Zed checking underwater, noticing the water has been raised, which might be the tectonic plates or Carvis polluting the air. We move. Someone's got to get that flying ship sorted. Car has clairvoyancy as we look into the tower without being in the tower, and there are similar markings on the pedestal of the sun and moon, with Kobama just staring at it, which leads to a very quick debate of messaging Kobama during this meditation. As Riara strongly voiced opinions, but man, we gotta go talk to that Blastoise. The message is, we would love to talk to you without combat, which leads to the response of, come all together or one by one. Listen, sometimes, all a scary bear wants to do is fight, and fair enough. Nala is a little hurt that he has the nerve to say that he can take us all on, because mathematically, doesn't make sense, but hey, The dude took out 20 lower. I don't know, Nala. Anyway, we tell Yef to get the lifeboat ready just in case. The party goes in one by one to talk to Kobamu. And he's just kind of mean, and he insults them one by one. Cars first, and followed by Ogre, then Riaris, then you. And Kay is just keeping watch just in case stuff does pop off. The party follows Car, and he telegraphs every move, and Nella pitches on the roof. Zed stays outside drawing timelines in the sand and sandcastles. Kobama is just staring at the pedestal and is missing something. During Car's questions, it is revealed that Kobama is potentially looking for the Solaris Lunaris, a device that Riaris has which allows teleportation between the towers. Car does offer assistance and states that he doesn't really know, and other people have been in the tower before him. So, and also, I didn't hit you, so I'm going to retain this ability to speak with you later. Nala had been preparing a firebolt just in case, though. Yoon hears this conversation and heads up the stairs, trying to kind of gauge Riaris' facial expressions of, hey, yo, are we gonna help? No, maybe, I don't know, man. Next is Ogre, who approaches the bear, unarmed, no shield, no spear, sits right next to him, and says she's been here once before, and explains that last time she was here, she was attacked by the Melonloaf. Ogre asks Kobama how he knows about the towers, and it turns out he's buried something at the towers years ago. Anyway, Kobama kind of unresponsive, a little douchey, bit of a blah. And Ogre heads down with the shield and spear now. It's Riaris' turn. There's a whole weird cheese mouse analogy thing. The lack of sustenance, Kobama being a strange prisoner of existence, but going back to Faran doesn't bring back what had happened. During this conversation, Kobama recognizes Riaris kinda, though the hair color and armor has changed. But there is something there. Riaris ultimately says to Kobama that is up to him to choose, and he leaves with Kobama kind of saying please at the end. Yef does a check-in and things are tense. Yoon finally walks in and tells Kobamu he needs the device and offers a trade. 3 questions and we can fix it. And fixing it, the pedestal, not the tower. However, there is huge tension between the lower and Ursa Thrai. I see it's Kobamu's mistaken trust that is why Yoon kind of lives, draws breath and is even a thought. There's a little history between the Ursa Thrai and the lower. Speaking of history, the lack of Ursa Thrai mentioning it in the lower textbooks. Makes sense, history is kind of written by the victors, but Yoon didn't write those books, so don't worry, that's a different episode. Go watch it, it's previously. Yoon offers ever so graciously a lift back to his Faran, which Kobama says, nah, it's my Faran. But Yoon says he'd give it back in a heartbreak, he does not want to be the patriarch of Faran. With references to Ogre's feet as comparison points for the impossible, Yoon states that we make impossible things happen, we bend fate. If you're going round in a circle, we can straighten it. You don't have to trust me, as you can kill me anytime, you just have to watch. Kobama seems kind of moved by that speech, and says if we keep our word, he will wait and we can come back, pick him up. And so in an act of faith, Yoon then leaves behind his cards. Those magic cards that he dropped previously on the ship? Nala turns to Car to double check that's definitely what she heard Yoon said. He did. She did. And so, now we find ourselves with tensions rise for Kobamu, the world's greatest fool, and the Wreckless, also according to Nala, the world's greatest idiots. That is the recap.
We're 6/2 of a whole idiot.
Beautiful. Guys, I think we found our Danny Carr, I'm just going to say. Nav. Absolutely beautiful. Very, very nice. Though the only thing I will say is I believe it was Kobamu that made the silly and cheesy thing of the mouse and the cheese. But yes, beautiful. Okay, cool. Anything else we need to add, friends?
I think that's everything.
There you go. That's how you know it's good. Beautiful. Well, we are going to, as I've told you guys ahead of time, we're going to be doing something that we're going to be getting to what we were going to be getting to soon. There's a sentence. Before we do that, we are going to jump in. I'd say about maybe about a minute after the last statement of the session. Zed, what are you doing?
Oh, you see, everybody left me alone in the sand. So I decided to build a little makeshift bar in the sand for us all to sit down, drink, and talk about our next move.
Beautiful. Give me a... I'll say first, give me a survival check.
All right. That's 18.
Good start. And give me a sleight of hand check.
12.
Okay. Pretty good. Cool. So as we see possibly some of the figures leaving the tower, we zoom in on Zed. Zed, I'll say with a 12, this is going to be able to make somewhat odd, but functional design for your beach bar. Can you go ahead and describe to me what it looks like?
Yeah, so think of a circle, and then the walls raise up a little out, and there's seating that raise up to where you lean your back in, and right next to that circle, there's just a big rectangle dugout that all the bottles are in, and a person can stand in there. There's just a little teepee part that goes over the top of it with just some sticks and cloth.
I love the idea of you cartoonishly moving fast to get this ready.
Yeah.
What is the seating? It can't just be sand, right?
Well, so it's packed back with water and sand, so it's like hardened. So it's like those old circular benches you'd see in the houses in like the 70s. So it's like a big circle, then it goes down for your back support, then it goes out for your seat and then down.
Like the recessed couch area, like the living rooms that used to be like down and recessed into the floor a
into
little
the
bit,
floor.
and like
Yeah.
there's like a couch.
Yeah.
I hate to dip my finger in reality, but we're talking about sand here, right? Not clay.
Yeah. No, sand. Yeah, so you could do that.
You
You
just control
dig
water.
a big hole. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's not the perfect thing, but
I like it. I like it a lot. So as there is a there is this sort of tension filled to the eyeballs for most of you as you guys are I assume in the process of exiting the tower. We'll say we'll kind of well, actually I'll ask, is anybody not exiting the tower right now?
No, I'm definitely exiting.
Cool. All right, I'm going to assume everybody does. So yeah, you guys see this very weird little kind of like tiki torch hut. Yes. Sarah.
Ogre is actually going to go up to wait for everyone to leave and just go up to the next floor up, the third floor.
Okay. You got it. Yeah. So yeah, so as you guys, as the rest of you kind of like start to kind of like walk out, you see Zed, I'd say like maybe just like leaning and slowly sinking into the wall of this sandcastle tiki hut. Zed, do you say anything
How
to
the
him?
fuck did you do that?
just you just some water. You just pack it. You know, I mean, I had my sandcastle. You guys watched me build it till Riaris kicked it.
There's a full. There's a covering. There's no water.
Well, no,
there's-
I got some sticks from over there. The tarps from the boat. We didn't cover it when it's just attached to the boat. And then you just throw it over. You use the ropes that are for it, tie it off to the side, and then you got a little sitting area. Oh, and I got some bottles over here that stay on the boat for emergencies. It's
well, a
alcohol.
bar is a bar. Maybe it's a choral thing. Sure. Pour me a drink. And I'll walk
hold on,
over
I
and
got
go.
some tin
I'll walk over
cans.
to go sit down.
Yeah, beautiful. Nala, like as she's like kind of like dropping down, clearly wanting to have a few words with people, but I think this just fully rocks her. Ow, wow. Okay, but it can't be like it can't be really anything on the inside. He's got benches. Okay. Well, this is inside, and I don't really drink alcohol, so you guys have fun. And just like pulls this this like little drape sort of thing that you have, or maybe just like a big palm frond leaf, and puts it over the door.
I think there's a Oh, hold on now. I think there's some water. I'm gonna go over to what's his name? The son that's at the boat right now.
Yef.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to him to get some cans and see if there's water over there. Like
Yef's on the
emergency
ship.
kit. Oh, he's on the ship. He's not on the little boat.
Yeah, I think you guys asked him to go back to the
Yeah,
ship.
we told
right?
him to go ahead and go back. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think
Sure, he's got
probably
little
in the
seashells.
process of Zed getting the alcohol was Yef was just a just a quick conversation back and forth, just yelling, "Just throw it in the water. I'll get it."
And I'll just-
Yeah, probably. I'll just go swim to get the cans and the bottle.
I mean,
so yeah,
if you use ebb and flow, you have essentially infinite control water because that's for a minute.
Right.
You do a lot in a minute.
Yeah.
Yep. Just send it through. Send it on over.
Like
Just-
those old suction tubes in the banks.
It's just a weird like it's like I feel like there was a Snapple commercial like this where it just looks like one of the bottles is just riding a jet ski back because it's moving so fast. Anyways. Yeah, as you Yoon, as you go to sit down, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
That's a solid 11.
Yeah, cool. It's you sing just in enough where you do the kind of like that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
But you're skinny enough.
I'm
it's-
surprised
yeah.
that it's that I'm not. Yeah. All right. It worked. I'm surprised the whole thing. I was kind of expecting the whole thing to collapse as soon as I sat down, but it's holding. Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Oh, you sat down. Do you like it? It's got enough cush to like
You
for
definitely
like the buttons.
once you
right?
sink
Enough
in.
push to
Yeah.
shape?
Now it's definitely
Yeah.
in my shape
Yes.
over here. So this is my seat. And I want to stay. I'll might need some help getting up later, but for now
Yeah.
I can stay here.
I call it like memory sand. You know,
Memory
Remembers
sand.
your
All right.
shape. Yeah.
Remembers your cheek. All right, everybody, merch people, you heard that. Memory sand. It remembers your cheek. Beautiful. What is Kaelinor doing?
In shock a little bit, looking at the sandcastle tiki hut and be like, what the fuck, Zed? But also waiting for Ogra to come out, has probably noticed Ogra's not down yet and is just like like kind of between the tiki hut and the entrance to the tower, being like, I'm just gonna, if anything, you know, just a little on guard, a little on edge of bare scary.
Nala notices that as she is outside and just makes really awkward eye contact with you.
I do that weird, like, head nod at Nala, like when you're crossing the street to someone like,
It's hot, I think.
yeah, you're a firewing. Do you feel stupid to ask? Is there a difference in temperature? Like, do you find it like more hot when it's hot? I'm gonna not. Yeah, sorry, that was a stupid question to ask. I felt...
No, it's a. But no.
Okay.
Car, what are you doing? Just gotta personify how weird that scene is.
When
Perfect amount
Ogre
of time to
came
wait
up
there.
Where me and Nala were, did I notice her coming up?
Well, depending on where you. So, Car, you were up on the third floor, right?
Right.
Kind of like waiting over, and Nala kind of jumped down, probably to have a conversation. Saw the tiki hut, got full sidetracked. So,
Yeah,
Car,
but I
you could
noticed-
still be up on the third floor.
If I noticed Ogre coming up,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna stay there.
Okay.
Because
Beautiful.
last time Ogre was alone with Kobamu, she almost lost a hand. So I'm just gonna just quietly, I'll not like staring at her, like I do with Riaris, but I will just, but just up there watching the proceedings. That way, if there is something that happens, I can call it an alarm. So
Beautiful. Okay, cool. So last, and then we'll come back to Ogre and Car. Riaris.
Yeah, I think Riaris kind of came out before Yoon and was wanted to confirm, and then he kind of got stunned by what he saw on the stand and was just kind of looking at it as Yoon then walks by and everybody else kind of filters out, and he's kind of stuck, realizing Ogre is not out there. And I think I'm kind of standing kind of by that exit door, just kind of half looking up towards Ogre, half looking towards whatever Zed has got going on. And holding off the desire to go drink again for what he is feeling. And instead, I think he will actually just to himself kind of find the little bell that he has and will just shake it to just use calm emotions on himself, realizing that he is actually feeling a little bit out of control at the moment, thinking these things. And so he is just going to sit there. My main goal here is to wait for Ogre and just try to, I think that's what he's just trying to focus on, waiting for Ogre.
Okay. Are you outside of the hut then?
Outside. Yeah, I'm outside. I'm not in Zed's hut. I'm outside of the tower, just kind of right outside
Just
that doorway. Not,
against the wall
close
or
enough
something,
to see the awkwardness of Kaelinor and Nala not wanting to deal with that for sure.
Yep.
By himself. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the only added part to that is that Nala kind of like looks past Kaelinor and Yaris.
I'm going to look at my boots and just kind of kick the sand around a little bit and, just avoid her.
What
the fuck was that?
If it's not one bird
just say
person,
raw?
it's two.
That's yep. Yes. Beautiful. Meanwhile, up on the third floor of this ruined tower, the parapets around only still holding on to about maybe a third of the actual top of the tower. Ogre, as you come up, I would like you to give me a perception check, please.
Perception, an 18.
18. Beautiful. Tell me what you remember about the third floor.
Well, Sarah forgot to take notes during that during session 0, or have lost them completely. But from what I remember, or Ogre remembers, there was a lot of plant growth around the top, rubble, and the thing that caught her eye was something shiny on the ground that we found out was a manacle or some kind of chain.
What did you get in your perception check one more time?
18.
Okay, cool. You do see plant growth that seems to be covering over actually a portion of the actual floor of this like stone floor of this area. You see obviously you see Car right there as soon as you come up. But yeah, it's kind of covering over that spot.
Ogre's gonna walk over there, and she's not touching it with her hand. She's using her staff to like move the plants around, seeing if that chain is still there.
You go and you move the plants around. I think, Car, you're probably watching this a little bit with like maybe like a cocked head just to the side, trying to kind of figure out what Ogre's really looking for.
yeah, watching.
Ogre, you don't find anything. Not just a broken manacle on the ground or anything like that. You remember there was a specific, like, hammered in metal lock that was there. There's nothing. There's no sign of it ever being there.
Do I see Car there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you have, like, detect magic?
No. Why? What's up? And I'll like hop down near her.
Well, when Ogre was here last, there was, like, a manacle and a lock right around this area. And like Ogre says, when Ogre touched and cut her hand, it healed instantly.
Um. Yeah, I got nothing. The best Car does, he just uses his clawed feet to kind of pick through the plant a little bit without hurting it to see if he sees any indication that there might be could have been moved or ripped out and thrown aside or something.
Nothing.
Okay. I will like go back over to the edge and be like, Nala, can you help us?
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta.
Oh, okay. Your water will
No.
be.
Whoa,
right there.
whoa. You're not here.
Oh, I thought she was inside.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. No, she's saying this to Kaelinor. I gotta.
Okay.
Yeah. Flies up as fast as she possibly can. What's up?
Can you detect magic?
Just like normally, or? Oh, yeah.
Ogre was curious. Just Ogre, she'll tell you what she's looking for. I don't want to get it wrong.
Like a metal lock with the chain that could hurt you?
Okay. I guess it's just probably easiest to just point exactly where.
Right about here?
Okay, I don't see anything.
Can you use magic?
So you magically got hurt by a metal lock, but you can't see it.
I think she means it used to be here and she wonders why it isn't. And maybe magic is hiding it or took it away.
Oh, okay. So this happened.
In the before times before we all met each other. Like a week ago.
Okay, but like there's nothing.
Oh, wait. Ogre has an idea. And I'm going to cast Talk to Plants to the weeds.
Okay, cool. I'm so sorry, but my brain is stuck in the idea of like how logical of a person Nala is and is not connecting the illogicalness of this at all. But I fully love Ogre being like, you know what, forget it. And just goes over to the plants.
I'm just going to talk
I'll
to the
ask
weeds.
them.
I'm gonna talk to plants instead. Yeah.
Oh, this is why Nala's my favorite character. Okay. Yeah, you go over to talk to plants. Cool. Okay, great. What do you say?
Little weeds. Right in this area, there was like a metal foreign thing here laying on top of you. Was it taken away?
What's the name of the spell?
Talk with plants.
Talk with plants. Got it.
Always speak with plants.
Speak with plants. I'm shocked. I had this prepared because I wanted to use it on the coral.
Is
Because coral is technically
No,
a
you can
plant,
say it.
not an
is
animal.
it? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
looked it up
I wasn't
online.
sure. It just feels like, yeah. Like outside, I guess if it's on him, it's still alive, and yeah.
Is it?
It's probably not like
To
a
the internet?
Yeah, a botany
It is
word.
a
It's
We
just
plant.
kind
haven't
of
talked about it.
yeah,
We just
general word.
accepted it.
We have like 8 other things going on right now.
Today might be the day.
In the image, I made it alive.
There's so.
In the conversation Tiki Hut, you can talk about the coral finally.
Ah, yes, the
Nah.
talking stick.
The coral's the talking stick. We just pass that
Yeah,
on
just-
along.
Just dances waving like
Whip
that
it
with
off.
it.
Okay, so the the plant that's here, which is kind of like just like this weird sort of like, I'd say it's like some sort of mixture of like a vine, but like more mossy like. As you see it kind of like pull itself up and just like doesn't look at you because it doesn't have eyes, but just kind of like is in your direction. What's the question you ask it?
Was something metal or foreign body that's not you or another plant laying on top of you or in this area? Was it taken away? Was it like, and she has to, 7 days or colds since then? Longer?
Did the plant just shrug?
Yeah, I think the plant just ripped 2 arms up to go like this.
That's fuck.
So, hey,
What is
wizards.
Nala's reaction to that? Watch-
Wizards, real quick. Hey, so all it says is communicate. Just be like, just offer it, like maybe like be like, it might be able to speak a language, like something. How am I supposed to do this? Wizards, how am I supposed to do this?
The Zed way.
That's what you get. Nala is looking at this. I think so. I'm gonna give you the option, Ogre. Do you think that you're? Does it say it? Hold on. I mean, there's a verbal component. So do you think you're just like you're literally talking in common to the plants?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is where Nala's logic gets to come in a little bit.
I was gonna say
Okay.
she interpreted dances to the plants.
No, I think everybody gets this. This is the universal language of what. Okay, well, I don't know how smart this plant. Ogre, this is fascinating, by the way. But also, there's probably many animals like Carr and I that have touched these plants. It's a high elevated area. So you might want to be more specific. Also, I sincerely doubt these plants know time.
Is there, where your roots are growing, another thing below us?
Nala jumps in. What do you mean?
Well, Zed makes secret passageways, so maybe this tower has more secrets we don't know about.
Right, but you're talking to a plant. What do you mean?
Well, the roots have to go somewhere.
So you're asking if the roots go somewhere? You see the plants just...
Okay, Over gets what you're saying now. Okay, one last question. Is there any other weird metal or foreign thing that isn't a plant or rock here? And can you point to it? Like symbols?
You see like a carpet. It kind of like rips and rolls over so that it just kind of like lays on the side of the of the pillar. Of the pillar. I'm gonna roll a dex save for the plant. Hold on. That's a 2. The plant, the moss plant that is trying to kind of crawl up and get as close as it can to the sun to be able to get that sustenance, tries to point to you where the foreign object is and falls completely off the tower onto the ground, tearing its way down. Oh, okay. Well,
It was gonna point, so there's something here.
You just hear a soft.
Flies down, picks it up, and brings it back up on top.
Ogre just puts it back and like druid crafts it back into the
I
rock.
believe they
shakes
forgot to
itself
roll
up.
damage.
On the plant.
And meanwhile, Yoon,
It's a
did you just
good.
fart?
Let me look up standard plant HP real quick.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, what is the weight? What am I doing? What am I applying damage to? Is it the
Yeah.
Is it the little follicle leaves? Is it the? It takes 5 points of plant damage. I don't know.
We all take 5 points of psychic damage.
So we're here. Just anybody's like wondering, this is the session for sure. It's gonna be stuff
This
like
is
this.
the thing he was looking forward to when he said, I can't wait to show you this thing.
I can't
right
wait
now.
to show you what this plan says.
Plant physics, baby.
Yeah.
Comes back out, shakes itself up, still seems to be fine. Or you're not sure. You're not sure if it has any emotions to understand whether or not it's fine or not.
No, plants feel something.
I guess Nala saying this to you, and now you're just arguing with Nala, I think. Yeah.
No,
felt that.
plants feel things.
It's fine. It's fine.
So she grew druid crafts it back into there, saying, "Sorry about that. Can you try one more time to point?"
It's going to do exactly the same thing.
No, because when she says that, Car's ready to hold it.
Ready to catch it.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, I was just like,
Cool.
Car's fascinated at all. Like,
I hate so much to do this to you guys in the idea of trying to move story forward, but we're here and it's a plant and this is just hilarious to me, honestly. I rolled a 9. So it falls over into Car. So Car, there's a moment of like, as there's just a mass ton of moss. Your beak just kind of pokes right through. Okay. All right. Hold on. Time out. As you once again just trying to try to plop it over. Car, I think the first time you did it, you were really careful and making sure it's in the exact spot where it can feel comfortable and looking where it's supposed to be. This time you're like, all right, whatever, dude. Just you're moss. You're fine. You'll figure it out. See it once again. Just
Druid crafts it and really gets the roots in there. Okay. Last time, and then Ogre will leave you alone so you can sunbathe.
as it goes to try to do it again. You can stop it, but it's gonna think oh, I know what this is. I get the idea.
so before it starts, since it's trying to point, Car
Yeah.
will place the hand on top of the center of it. So
Okay.
after pointing, it won't fall over.
I love it. Beautiful. Yeah. So it seems to kind of fully fall over. Car, you're able to catch it with a wing as it's just draped over your wing, and it points down to the ground right next to the tower.
Okay.
And you're able to pinpoint exactly where that spot is, but there's no markings. There's nothing on it that would be, yeah.
Well, thank
I would say
you.
from the ocean, it's on the left side of the tower.
Well, thank you, little weed. And she's like, "Do you want Ogre to move you anywhere? Are you happy here? Do you want to go somewhere else?"
Oh man, what is Kobama thinking during all this?
No, Kabama's below us. We're on the top part of the tower.
Yeah, but it's also partially ruined. So remember that third part, you can see the second floor from the third floor.
Good. As
So I
he
think
just
there's just-
stares, being sad
Yep.
emo bear, and just
Sad
is trying
emo
to think
bear,
his
just-
sad thoughts. It's just
Yep. Just as this conversation's still going on, on top of him, there's just a scene of him just.
life is meaningless.
I regret the ride.
You're not sure if he's hearing this, if he's here or not, but it's funny because it's happening so close to him. So yeah.
Well, she'll just druidcraft more nutrients in it and deepen the roots so it's not going to get blown away. And then
Beautiful.
and just grows another vine around it so it has some friends.
Roll me a roll me a d20 and add your spell modifier.
Okay. That's gonna be that's a natural 1.
Good.
But with my spell modifier, that becomes a 4.
Good. Awesome. So you get a vine to come back up and kind of like join. So there's a friend. Cool.
Well, what did Zed make down there? Is that?
Oh yeah. It's something. Did you figure out what did we?
Oh, there's like symbols or something down there, and she's gonna point where the plant pointed. There's something.
There's no
down
symbols.
there.
There's no symbols.
Something down there.
There's something down there. Yep. There's no markings whatsoever.
Okay.
You're making a note of where it is.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to make you search for it once you get down there.
Okay.
Okay. What did that have to do with the other thing?
What other thing?
Forget it. Zero just fly off.
Thank you.
For what? She's gone.
And Jess yells, "Bradley's trying to help."
She circles back around, comes down to the, but she comes back down to the ground. Comes to Kaelinor. Okay, so super weird thing. Are you doing something?
No.
Okay. Oh, what are you doing?
I mean, I was waiting for Ogre to come down. Nala, what do you want?
So you're just standing?
Just in case
sand?
I don't, just in case, like, I don't know, Kabama might have done something if I needed to run up there, maybe, like, break the stairs. I had contingency plans.
Then why aren't you closer to Riaris? Riaris is closer to the tower. You're kind of in this, like, in-between spot.
I'm just here. No, what do you want? You flew, landed, you said, are you doing something? I said, no, what do you want?
You flew.
I don't know. I have no idea what I just did. I just went up there. Ogre said some things that made no sense. Car seemed to nod along, and then they talked to some plants, and they tried to commit suicide twice. Suicide? Plant side?
The plant side. Yeah.
We
Okay.
decide?
We decide could work.
Car calls out, herbicide.
Herbicide.
That's what it is.
So,
Right.
Ogre should be coming.
Okay. Do you want to? I'm looking at Zed's tiki hut. I'm like, do you just want to? Can I get a drink? It's been a day. You just want to chill out for 2 minutes?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Hey, yo, that's a 10. It's a hot 10.
Cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Nah, but you go.
Okay, I'm going. No.
Okay.
The offer's still there. And I head towards Zed's tiki tent. Zed's tiki tent.
Her wings are still spread out, so you walk up. Oh, sorry, and she moves accidentally more in your way.
It's just no, stay there, and I'm just gonna go around you. Just don't move for a second, and I just cool, and I go scoop around. Thanks, and I head to the tent.
Sorry.
You're fine.
No, Ogre, you come down. I assume Car comes down too. Yeah, Ogre, at least Ogre, Car probably as well. You pass by Riaris, who is just right by the entrance. Obviously, you pass by Kobama too.
Hey.
Hey.
You, where'd you go? Does that mean up? You went up? Okay.
The top of the tower. Ogre is trying to find
Okay.
something that hurt her last time, but it's not there anymore, so she asked to weed, and it tried to do herbicide a couple of times, but luckily Car was able to help it, and it pointed us into a direction, so Ogre may just give that to Zed. Give him something. That seems like jigging something up is what Zed would love.
Yaris.
Oh, yeah.
Roll me a history check.
Oh. That's gonna be pretty bad. That's a 2.
Cool. I like it.
Just for
So,
fun,
yeah,
Archie
that
would now
sounds.
land behind Riaris.
Just enveloping.
Wings.
He's behind me. He's behind me. Hey, Car.
Hi.
Hey. How's it going?
Great.
Great. This has gotten crowded really quick. I don't know what's
Sorry.
happening at Zed's.
I'll walk
but it
away.
seems- It
Car
seems
walk
to be a
away.
spot. I'll go with you.
Immediately.
Yeah, just,
Yeah. You
That
can
was
come.
kind
You
of
can come
rude.
with. I just I was waiting for Ogra, and now we're all here. So
Car,
Okay.
as soon as you get up to Nala, goes, Kalenor's acting real weird.
really?
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta talk to her.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I was just trying to make conversation.
All right. I mean, Riaris didn't want to talk, so I'll go over to Kaelinor.
What? Yeah, what's?
I'm right behind you.
What-
What do you mean I don't want to talk? I said I was
you
walking.
go
with
and
you.
you
I'm right
leave
here.
Nala, and Nala just goes, "Wait, you gotta leave? All right,
Oh, well,
okay."
I thought you wanted me to talk to Kay.
No, I was just telling you. No, you could. Yeah, that's fine. I'm good.
Well, Car just looks at Kay, looks at Riaris, looks at Nala, nods, and goes
I'm just-
back to Nala.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna go check and make sure Yef didn't blow up the ship.
Let's do it together.
I'm in the ship. You can still.
Okay. All right. They both fly off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's close enough, Kay, because it's just a tiki hut. The top of it is just you hear everything. I think you heard that whole conversation.
Just to poke my head out. I'm being close the thing. It's like, okay, Zed, give me a drink. Wow. Grab the bottle.
Kaelinor, it's pretty weird. Like, I thought Yoon over there farted because I heard a and then a bunch of yelling in the distance, and then all of a sudden I felt like this weird wash of awkwardness. I don't know. Where is everybody while you're poking your head out there?
Um,
Oh, here's your drink, you.
Oh, it took long enough. There's the whole conversations out there.
I was picking beans out of the can of this one, and I didn't think you wanted the sauerkraut can, although you might because the sourness might mix with the.
The label got peeled off because it was in the
I
water.
grab
so you
a
had to figure
bottle
out which one
and
it was.
I'll just drink from the bottle.
Oh, okay, wait here. Actually, pour some in the sauerkraut can for me.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I think it's sauerkraut.
I don't know what's in those cans, and there are actual the cups on that ship. I'm sure of it. I've used them. I'm sure there are actual glasses.
Yeah, there's
glasses.
gold
Don't like
goblets.
cups.
Yeah, no, there's gold
Well,
goblets on there. We can bring them for you. I just
just
get
a
10
regular-
cans because they're lighter.
Thank the gods I put cups and dishware on the list that we gave to Carvis.
oh, you did? Thank God.
Oh, what were we supposed to do with the gold ones that I got?
You can add them as
gold
the deal.
dishware?
You can sell them. You can display them. You'll have an entire. Well, if it's built, you'll have an
Yeah,
entire cabin
all
to
the
yourself to
diving I
put
do.
whatever you want in there.
Yeah, all the diving I do. Remember? You guys looked at it. You're like, why do you have gold forks and spoons and no furniture?
I just assumed you took
Yeah.
those from your clients.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
those were from when I went diving deep. Now I I give all those to the town. I don't want that stuff.
Where did you find golden goblets near the shore?
Oh, I just find a bunch of shipwrecks. Uh, Eleanor, do you see
Honestly, that
anybody
makes
else out
sense.
there? Do,
What
do
do
you
you
want
mean?
the old peach can, or do you want the old can of peas for your drink?
I'll have the peach can.
I think there's a
Okay.
relatively clean seashell over there. You could just
I
take
might just
shots.
just like
I was actually using that for like a sink. It's a pretty big one.
Let's see.
do we just have another bottle? Can I just
Oh,
I'll
yeah. I think I got
have a
like
drink from
two
the
more
bottle.
bottles. Yeah. Here, let me grab one.
Thanks, Ed.
Yeah, no problem.
Just drinking casually out the bottom and like
You know, you could trade gold goblets for regular cups. That is a way. I know we had an economy lesson with Ogre, but I assumed that since you owned your own business, that you understood how commerce works.
Yeah, slow business, but yeah, I keep it all for emergencies. You never know when you're gonna need money.
You never know. Yeah.
Kara and Nala, you get back to the ship just so that I can just say the one thing. As soon as you touch down, Yef, the first thing he says to you is, "Okay, I know that there are glasses on the ship. He asked for the cans. Is that what you're here about?"
No, I
Oh, okay.
just gotta make sure you're okay. It's kind of boring out here.
Is it? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I was just checking out. I didn't touch anything besides the cans of peaches and sauerkraut.
Interesting. Okay. No, we're just checking on you. You're part of the group right now, so we want to make sure you're
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Are you guys good? Did you kill him or?
No, just had a chat.
Okay. About what?
I'm not sure. I think Yoon offered to help him.
Cool. I'm going to tell everybody when we get back that you killed him.
Don't do that.
Well, like, they're going to get mad
Why?
because he almost killed two people. He basically did. For no reason. But I mean, yeah, okay. I don't have to say anything.
Exactly.
All right.
All right.
Did you want me to bring you the glasses? I figured I had them kind of close by because I figured they were gonna realize they needed them.
This is Zed's ship, so if Zed said he didn't want the glasses, I guess he doesn't want the glasses. I don't know the way his mind works.
That's right. I keep forgetting this is Zed's ship because of things that he said.
Oh, well. He said things about this not being his ship?
He told me that there was like a autopilot.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. He's lying.
Oh, so he's lying. He's just not.
That one's so clear. That is that one is. Yeah, I know that's a lie.
And by the way, Carr speaks Dwarvish too, so when he was up there, he heard everything too. He just didn't say anything.
Beautiful. I love that. Okay, so yeah, okay, all right. So that was a purposeful lie. Okay,
Well,
got it.
Okay, it wasn't. I may have overstated. It's not true. Whether
Right.
or not Zed understands that is completely beyond me.
Okay, so he's captain of like this ship, but
Yeah.
with the ship that you guys are gonna be building.
I don't know if
Okay.
I don't know who's going to captain that. It might be Zed. He probably has more skills than anybody else on the ship. Certainly more skills than I do in regards to being on the water. But Kay would be a good choice, and Yoon seems to be capable, and Riaris knows things, and I bet Ogre could control water. So I don't know.
I guess we should start working on a real autopilot then, I guess.
That would be super cool. What is that?
What?
Nobamu.
I found a fish.
Oh, an autopilot's a fish?
What? No, I thought you were asking what that sound was. I found this fish that like just popped out of the water and made this really weird barking noise.
No, that was a spirit I talked to. One of my ancestors like animals.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, excuse me real quick. And he walks away and you hear a plop in the ocean as he throws a fish over. That's it. That's it. That's how that scene has to end right there, I think. Yeah. Beautiful. Riaris and Ogra, do you join inside the hut or do you have a conversation outside? Or what?
I think we would head towards the hut. I'd
Cool.
probably ask Ogre about what it's like talking to plants, but otherwise.
It's kind of a hit or miss. But they're very polite.
What? Oh. Birds are assholes. Oh, shit. Oh, they flew away. Birds are assholes when you talk to them, so I wouldn't recommend it.
Who?
Interesting. Who? Well, I mean, birds. They always want something.
You mean the animals or our friends?
The animals.
Because
Yeah.
Ogra knows that they've been giving you weird looks and it kind of freaks you out.
You open the flap on. They've been giving you weird looks and it kind of freaks you out. So that's where everybody comes in on that scene. 'Cause it's not that far from there. I think that's like, unless you guys are pausing to have this conversation, I assume this is a
Way
walk and
outside the
talk, and that's the spot. That's the right there.
Is Riars, is that what you got out of who? Was that like owl speak? What'd she say?
What?
She said who? Like an owl. What'd she say?
Who?
Yeah,
Wait,
just-
Yeah,
what?
no,
What?
don't speak owl. What are you saying?
I just kind of look around there. What the?
I'm just sort of enjoying just watching
What
Zed
even
and
is
looking
in
at
here?
you
How
and
did
just
how
watch.
did you build this? What is even?
I don't know. It's just some water, and then you just see water just coming right off my hand. Yeah. So I got the sauerkraut can. She got the peach can. Here's the bean one. You might like it.
Are there any beans in it?
No, I picked them all out. It took me a couple minutes. Yeah, you missed the whole Yoon fart and everything. But yeah, here you go. Kaylenor's got the bottle, so she can pour you some, or Yoon's got the dark rum. So I chose the light rum. And then hold on, I think I got something around here.
How to share
Is,
this?
is
God
there
damn.
is there water?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's a bottle of water. It's over there in that little area right there. That was for Nala because she doesn't drink. And Ogre, I got what used to be meat in a can.
Is it like a mystery meat?
Now it is.
mean
What
used to be?
used
I
to
don't know.
be
What-
meat
what
in
is
a
it now?
can.
Now it's empty.
If anyone wants to just share a bottle, you can just take this one and then drink from it, and then
Where did it go? Is it on the ground?
You
Am I
broke the
sniffing it?
DM.
With the mystery meat?
What used to be meat? Or could have been meat.
I think it was dinner like a week ago. But yeah, here you go, Ogre. There's a can for you.
What? You don't have glasses? Why don't we have what?
Oh, because they're lighter to carry.
at this point, is any of this unexpected?
Strangely, no.
This is just
Pretty fair.
this
pretty
is
fair.
Zed's way, and I'll honor it by not taking any of those cans and drinking from a bottle.
Used to be meat. What is it now? It's empty.
Yeah, you know
Not
what?
bad. It's not like skew that we would make at in the village. Kaylin, or can you
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
top
Yeah, sorry.
Ogre off?
What is skew? Is it
Pouring out
skew?
Skew. It's like this that all the goblins make. It's the swamp water, some other stuff,
Oh, it's like a
God.
beverage.
Oh man.
It's,
like
yeah,
brewing. That's the word.
potable.
Speaking of swamp water, this sauerkraut and rum is pretty good.
I love
You want to
skew.
try it?
No,
Also, what-
I don't.
what
I don't.
took
I
you
don't.
guys-
I'm not a fan of sauerkraut or.
Oh.
Yeah.
I preserves well. That's why I keep it on the ship. What,
Yeah,
what took you
yeah.
guys so long to get here?
It was really not that long. It was definitely not long enough to make this place. That's not. I'm not gonna normalize that. That was. It was. Maybe a few minutes. I'll give it 15 minutes at most.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Ogra, who was talking to plants. I don't know what's really kind of happening right now.
Oh.
You can I
The weeds
Yoon, can I have
Yes,
some of that?
yes, yeah.
I need, please.
Oh,
Thank you.
what did the weeds say?
Fuck.
That's what they said?
No, not the F word.
Oh.
She's gonna just walk up to Yoon and goes, blocks Zed and goes, there may be something buried over there. Don't know if Zed needs to know about it because he'll probably dig it up. It may be important. It may not be.
Hangy.
Are you gonna roll like deception with disadvantage here, or does he just
5 by
automatically
5
know?
area?
Yeah.
The DM's typing. The DM's not home. I don't know. You guys figure it out. I'm good.
Rebooting.
Bring it to Yoon and I'm blocking Zed off, so all you see is my back.
What's your
Here,
passive perception,
try
Zed?
this.
There's no way you don't hear this. There's no way.
It's
There's no
17.
way. This is a hut. There's no way. The concept was Ogre saying this is a private conversation, and then no change in volume for what you heard. I think there's just no way.
So, the plant you talked to
Uh-huh.
told you about something
Well,
hidden.
not told, it shrugged and then
Yeah.
it kind of flopped itself that way.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's been a weird day. I think we dig it up. I do kind of want. Well, I was hoping
Digging
Carr would
up?
be here. Is he coming, or did he?
He went with
Is he
Nala.
still in the tower?
Yeah,
Nope,
where
he
are
went
they?
with- He went with
They flew to
Nala.
the boat.
Oh, all right. Well,
Ah.
Nala's being
Kaylin,
weird.
why are you acting weird? All I hear is that you're What did you do to Nala?
I didn't do anything. Nala flew and landed in front of me and said, are you doing anything? And then proceeded not to tell me what she needed me to do. And I was like, cool, I'm getting a drink. Do you want one?
Oh, that was that
I'm being
wave of
weird.
awkwardness I felt. Huh.
That's real
Cut
weird.
to Nala going, and I was trying to be nice and just trying to be as cordial as I could, and then just kind of wondering what she was doing because she was just standing there. She was just standing there, and it was like she was like 10 feet from the hut. She was 10 feet from the tower. I was just confused. I just wanted to know, and then she got kind of like mad at me all of a sudden.
How
Whereas then
bright
she
is
didn't tell
the
me
kidding?
what she needed me for. Like, Nala's so direct, she didn't tell me. Like, fully is just going on.
And I've tried to be nice. I've tried to be like, I get it. Like, yeah, we got off on a bad foot, but like, some effort needs to be reciprocated, and they come, and she just wanted none of it. She told me to stay put and she'd walk around me. That's the last thing she said to me.
Well, it seems as though she was doing her best to be polite.
Okay, yeah, okay, you take her side. That's fine. You heard what I said, right?
Yes. I'm not taking sides. Did she have somewhere else she had to be?
Yef comes up. So should I put these glasses back? We're having a conversation. We got.
Oh.
We got.
Okay.
That is the most realistic depiction I've seen of friends talking about each other behind each
Oh
other's
my
back
God.
with their significant other.
Yes.
Well, Kaelinor, you know she's sensitive about things. I mean, you were just standing in the open. I'm not. I mean, I don't know what you were doing either, to be honest. You know what, you? Let me get. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
everybody's
Kate,
cool with coming to pick up Kobamu then when we get the new ship?
No,
just making sure everybody
But
Oh, is
seems
that what's
like,
happening?
you know.
I was wondering why there wasn't
so
a fight going on.
yeah. We talked to Kobamu and he seemed kind of bummed, and so I told him that he was trying to, he's meditating there, waiting for that tower, which I believe points to Faran, to take him to Faran, which is not going to happen.
He wants to go there?
Yeah, that's where he's from. That's where his whole race is from, and I assume that's where he had that battle. And you know, if he wants to go back there,
Uh-oh. So we're
it
just,
gets him off this island.
are we gonna need a cage, or is he just gonna be calm? You guys gonna have to cook on nonstop for him?
I mean, he's not that big.
we need to take a step back from
like-
that, actually, Yoon.
Oh,
You decide
separate.
what we were doing here.
Since when do we decide anything as a committee? We
Huh.
make decisions and everybody goes with it. That's how we get to the places we're going
Wow.
randomly.
Hey, Ogra, you said there's something about digging up?
No,
Oh, I could have sworn there was something.
No, you just said no to that.
No. Fair enough.
you're drunk. You don't know. Zed doesn't know anything. You're drunk.
What? I just had one can. It
gaslighter.
takes more than a can.
Zed doing something for once perfectly normal and like socially like responsive of catching something, and Ogre's like, no.
One sec. Oh, it's an 11 deception.
That there is something out there. They know. They heard you.
I know. But Ogre's just horrible at
It's really just up
lying.
to Zed to like decide whether that no switches his. She said it and then she said no.
Maybe he didn't hear it.
She said no. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long pause. It was a no.
All right. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
All right. Have fun.
Okay.
Should we just step
Uh,
out and we can talk out there while he digs it up?
Well, that's the thing, because now
I mean, it's-
Ogre's remembering Kobama said he buried something and maybe not digging something up that could be his. Zed, don't do
Will
it.
somebody help me up? I'm really stuck.
Yeah, just one second.
just that-
Just pull
Zed,
up you.
You need to come back now.
Yeah, you might need
That-
to like dig around the sides of him
Just
first
somebody
to release the
just
suction.
grab my arms and pull and thank you. Ugh. Oh, it was comfortable, but you know, it really gets you stuck in there. All right. Well, this
Right,
was
now,
great.
Where
really
did she
like
say this
thin,
thing
like
was
that's-
to dig up?
I've never had a session more that I really want people to just listen to the audio of. Because it's perfect. It's perfect.
Where
So
would
good.
I bury something?
Yeah, let's.
Huh.
Oga. And now I am going to try to actually get next to her. Just tell him it's in a different place. Just tell him where you saw it. And it's a different place.
Oh,
Huh?
um, it's over there by the beach.
All right. I'm gonna do a perception. If there's like a rock or something, to do like 10 paces from it somewhere.
So, okay. Ogre, at any point in time, did you point in the direction that it was?
Yeah, but I want to say it's like this when my back was behind him.
Okay. I like that a lot. Zed, you have no clue when Ogre said no, you were like, okay, I'm just going to do some investigation of myself and try to figure it out. So, Zed, roll me a 25 survival check.
All right. 27 with a natural 20.
Holy crap.
He would do it as well.
God damn it. That's not the time to roll on that 20.
We can't fight Kobamo right now.
Damn it. He's like a bloodhound. He knows.
If this very
A
treasure,
buried
I'll
treasure.
find it.
All right. Zed, I need you to explain to me in as much detail as you can on how you're able to figure out that there is some just foreign object on the ground within 30 feet of you.
Oh, easy. Here's a destroyed tower, so something probably fell off of it, and that seems like treasure to me.
Good start. It's buried.
All right. So we're gonna look up, look down, up, look down. 30 minutes later, there's a bunch of holes all around the tower.
Okay, cool. I'll say. So here's what we'll say. We'll say 5 minutes later because you just started in one area and just managed to get really close. Beautiful. Roll me a stealth check.
14.
Okay,
I'll give you beginner's luck on that.
good idea.
And that's
It's
just
a
a plus
D4.
four.
Yeah, it's a D4. You have to roll.
D4. 18.
Oh, nice.
Or no, 17.
Oh, okay.
Or no. Let me check.
Dude, I'm
14 plus whatever you rolled.
Yeah, so 18.
18.
18. Got it. Okay. Okay, cool. You dig up what looks to be, from your perspective, at first you look at this and see that it must be like some sort of like odd stone, it's like a stone, but there's so much like sparkling sort of like sediment into it that the brown stone almost seems like it kind of like shines. So it almost looks like brass or like tin, like the like very like dark sort of like metal. And for a second you think it looks like it's like a belt for like something extremely small or skinny, until you recognize that it looks like it's actually probably a bracer. You notice there is some markings on it that you don't recognize. They look like they've been carved naturally from some sort of sharp but rounded object, like a claw or a tooth.
Probably pick it up and look at it. Is anybody seeing me doing this, or am I just like in this hole?
Well, yeah, I guess that's the idea. Are you deep in the hole or?
That's a good question. Also, actually, Zed, with that nat 20, you notice that this tower seems to go deeper.
Mm. All right. So I'm gonna look at this thing, turn around, and it looks like it would fit on my arm or my leg.
Absolutely not. Like I said, it like you at first think it's some sort of like weird metal belt for a small, skinny person.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna tuck it into my
Car. Give me a perception check.
Alrighty. A 9.
Cool. Yeah. I think Cart, from your point of view with Nala, like you're having a conversation. I think, let me roll to see. You kind of like agree to disagree. And she's like, I'm gonna go just check on the rigging, and I'm gonna check on the rigging, and she just flies up to the roost. So Cart, do you join back, or do you stay there in that scene with the ship with Yef?
Yif doesn't seem to have a problem talking to Carr, which he finds odd. But oh my god, hold on.
So
Very
Fish is
aggressive
bad,
dogfish.
Yeah, my dog is being very vocal tonight. I do not know why. He's.
Are you sure? Was that the? Dude, I swear it sounds like it's coming from this side of the deck.
So since, I mean, Yef seems to be fine. Nala does not want to talk about what we were talking about, so I will fly back.
Cool. You fly back. I'll give you advantage on that roll then, because I think it's really weird. Like even with a 9, it'd be really weird not to see like these holes.
Okay. Let me see.
But if you roll below a 10,
I rolled another 9.
You can have beginner's luck.
Okay.
right, you get a 10.
Okay, so just
You see Zed.
yeah, I got 12 actually. So
You see Zed digging in the same spot of what you determined with Ogre was a spot of some sort of foreign object.
you know, Carr just feels like he'll get lost in conversation with Zed, but there's a way to control that. Carr, as he's flying overhead, messages Zed, "What'd you find?"
Huh?
Because he can turn that right off.
So I think we left the tent. So me,
Did you?
Yaris, Kay, we said we were gonna go out.
Okay, we all went. Okay, I missed that part. Sorry.
What I would assume is that like he starts to dig, and like we just assume he's digging in the wrong place. Like Zed, let him dig for a little bit, and like
Yep.
So we're off. Yeah, maybe just drinking and standing
Ogre would
around.
know, right? I mean,
And one of
Ogre
you
would
just
turn
turns
out.
and looks in that direction, and sure enough,
I imagine just Zed like when you find something in a video game, it's just like
dun, dun,
with
dun,
just the
dun.
arms
Oh,
and the thing
fuck.
above him.
I mean,
you see me standing up, holding it in my hand, looking
Is
up
it-
to the sky.
is it the size of an Ursa Thry bracer? Like, is that what it would go over? Like a large bear's wrist?
Are you asking
What?
the DM? Yes.
No, well, yeah. I mean, you've seen, you've
Yeah.
seen Kobamu. Like, is he like, yeah, like that's.
Oh,
Zed,
what?
Zed,
Huh?
Zed,
What?
you have to put that back.
Put what back?
Zed?
Huh?
This is a serious one. This is a we'll all die serious one. That is not that's probably Kobamu, or even worse, that could be, his partners, or that is not
What?
something we want to take.
Oh, okay. I'll just put it off to the side. By the way, did you know there's more tower deeper down?
What? What do you mean? I mean, yeah, of course there's like there has to be some sort of foundation or something like that. Is that
No.
There's
No, it
mo-
doesn't
mo-
go out. It just goes down.
how far down?
I don't know. Did you guys see it downstairs?
No.
No,
I looked
so
around the
just-
first floor. I didn't see anything that went down.
Oh. Well, yeah, no. It goes down. Way
Show
down.
me.
Our land's near them, so you don't answer me.
What? What do you mean?
As Zed is talking, Ogre's gonna slowly pick him up and motion for them to bury the thing back.
You're slowly picking up Zed
Yeah, by the armpit and just picking him out of the hole and like motioning
slowly,
to,
like you're trying to sneak. He's not going to notice he's higher.
Notice he's higher.
What do you mean? Oh, car. Oh, we're
We're all
the
just
same
getting
height
smaller.
now.
Don't worry about
Why'd
it.
you all get smaller?
Oh. Oh, hi, car. Oh. What do you mean? What? I found this thing
Yeah.
on the ground. They told me not to touch it.
No
Something
idea.
about it being his, and I threw it to the side, but the tower goes way down.
Okay. I guess.
Carr sighs and flies up to the top of the tower just to watch from above.
Yeah.
So
Roll me a perception check on Kobamu.
19.
With a 19, you see he has a card in his hands.
One of them?
One of them. Yeah. You see the deck on the thing, and you see one card on in his hands.
Looks at you, and remembering the time that Carr tried to access the cards and couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So looks back at Yoon, looks at his hands, looks back at Kobamu, and we'll send a message so that hopefully Kobamu can hear it to Yoon and
Cool.
say, "Did you know that Kobamu can use your cards?"
Well, I mean,
Oh,
anybody can hold them. It's just
He
like,
drew one.
well, then it depends what happens. You know, if there's a lot of things that can happen if you draw that deck, and
Oh, okay.
he really shouldn't be messing around with it.
I fly off the tower and start circling around. I'm like,
You get a safe distance up higher.
yep. I'm like, okay, well then I'm gonna be over there.
Beautiful.
all right. I want to
You're
check.
in
this
you're
tower.
in Ogre's arms.
Oh, hey, Ogre. Let's go see if we can find a way down the tower.
Okay. And she's just gonna bury it.
Who am I? I don't know. I don't.
Just a spirit.
This is spirit.
It's just-
I'm the
Fine.
dogfish.
We-
all right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess we try and rebury. Like, I'm gonna, I guess, go over and try and rebury the bracer, because that's not. But I do really want to find out what's lower in the tower. So
How deep is this hole that Zed has dug so far?
we dug 2.
I would
so
say it's only probably maybe 3 feet deep.
it's just somebody help me just rebury this thing.
Yeah.
Just kick the sand up. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then all right, let's take a look. At least I'm gonna take a look, and I'm gonna go over to the other hole he dug after we bury it, time wise, and then look to see what it just. I guess it just looks like it keeps going in some way, like or.
Yes, I think spending like a solid maybe 10 minutes, both of you. So Yoon and Zed, with the help of everyone that's involved. You notice that it's odd. The concept of it's just a bigger foundation is clearly not the case here. You actually see that the tower itself, it's the same brick and it's in the same formation, and something that you'd kind of recognize is that everything would get a little bit rougher, but if anything, it's actually smoother and more defined as it goes down. Is the idea of it's been taken care of on the outside. For a good solid 10 minutes, I'll say give me a Yoon, you kind of headed up that.
Sure.
And then Ogre and Zed, you kind of head up the other side. So what I'll say is, because Riaris, are you helping Yoon in this?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, cool. So I'll say there's going to be a certain point in time where you guys kind of recognize your strengths and your weaknesses. So whoever has the higher strengths of these two groups, go ahead and give me athletics checks with
not my
advantage.
Whatever is not my.
It's not Yoon for sure. I know
have
that.
a 6.
Yoon, you do 6. Well,
What
that's
is it?
nothing.
You said athletics?
Yeah.
Well, you've got it. Oh, okay, you've got it. Yeah, just supervise.
Athletics 18.
18. Okay.
I got a 10.
Did you or Ogre roll?
What's the
I
higher
was
strength?
holding Zed.
Well, at this point,
Right. Okay.
unless you're
I'll say it
digging with
again.
Zed.
You guys are in two groups. you are working enough in tandem to recognize who has the higher strength to make the roll. So that person is making the roll with advantage.
What's your strength
Does
side?
that make sense?
Yeah,
I'm 12 plus 1 for strength.
I got 2, so I'm just gonna gently put Zed down.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can be working together. This is just the
Right.
mechanics of it.
So roll advantage, I guess, on athletics.
Yes. So ogre, roll with advantage.
Both,
like
both
that
are
sound.
horrible. It's gonna be a 7.
Okay. Cool. So ogre and Zed, I think what this makes a lot of sense. Ogre and Zed spend some time digging on separate sides, but pushing the dirt to the opposite side of the person who had just dug the dirt. So, and that goes on for about 5 of the 10 minutes. So there's a lot of like, just this is not getting anywhere, and then recognizing the fault, and then trying to kind of go there. So, Riaris, I'll say for you guys, I'd say you guys get about like 6 feet deep, and you see it's still going.
I think as I keep going, every shovel, I'm just looking up at you. You want to take over? Are you ready? You ready to do your part?
Someone's
Or
got to
is
take
this
the sand
Right.
out of the. I mean, it's getting
Sure.
pretty deep. So you just
I mean,
put
it's
it
a
in a
giant
bucket,
pile, so you're
and then
definitely
I'll-
moving it far. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. That way, it's not
Okay.
gonna. It doesn't. You don't know. Someone has to watch for the sand if it doesn't
Sure.
collapse on you too.
And
That's
the crabs
definitely a
and stuff.
danger.
Yeah. No, you're doing
Mhm.
you're doing a whole lot. No, it's great.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ian, did anybody check for a trap door inside?
No, I mean, I looked around. I wouldn't say I checked for trapdoors. No, I mean, I did look. If there was, I mean, if there was something secret, then it was secret. But nobody really did a thorough look. But the inside is where the bear is. So, not that he can't probably hear us yelling out here. He has very good at meditation.
Kaelinor, what are you doing during this whole?
Kaelinor is watching these two do this and is like, and mentally is like, if there's more tower, we'll be sat here digging for ages. And is avoiding work and responsibility again. It's just like, no, this is not my problem. And I'll head inside the tower to see if there is a trapdoor. I'm going to do the easy stuff.
You got it.
It's like, I don't... What's...
I'm
Cool.
gonna.
I would say you
follow
have
her.
the 10 minutes of... No. This is what
Oh,
Kaelinor
no,
is
just-
doing while you guys
yeah.
are doing this, I think. Kaelinor, go ahead and give me that survival check. I'll give you advantage in the idea of like the time spent.
It's a 13.
Cool. Yeah. With a 13, you don't notice any specific, like you notice there's some like markings on the first floor that are inscriptions of like a lot of, and I think like from Kaelin's point of view, like it's like a lot of the same. Just iconography of like sun, moon, like basic like astronomy type of things here. Nothing that seems to correlate with anything that is any new information. And I think I'll say in the sort of like the last sort of section of that is when you like are kind of like now, you're now on the stair, like kind of like leading up, just trying to kind of like hear if whether or not Kobama's moving, and you just hear the. Just breathing. I don't know if the mic is
Cool.
picking that up or not.
It was not.
No, I was
Perfect.
like, he's moved. Shit.
You hear
Oh, there we go.
just that.
I'm gonna fiddle with my ring, which is Carvis's sensory ring, which has a long black obsidian stone, and switch it to echo sensory, just so I can keep an eye on the like breathing and hearing him.
Beautiful.
I'm just gonna kind of chill. Kay's just chilling on kind of the stairs a little bit, and it's just like, no, I'm gonna sit on the stairs, very much into that like malevolent mindset of like, cool, people are doing hard work, I'm gonna chill here, drink some wine. I am just side up for danger.
You
It's
are
like,
the factory worker finding that little spot above the. I could nap here if I wanted to.
Take a perfect nap right here. I can chill out. No one's gonna find me. Oh, that's great. Have my bottle of wine. It's like if they find anything, I'll hear them first. Fully
Beautiful.
chilling out.
Yeah, so the 10 minutes kind of come up. You guys kind of get the idea of like if we're digging here, we would be digging here for a long time. There's a good chance because not only are you in that spot, I'd say that spot itself is probably maybe 4 to 5 feet like wide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think like we dig, and then like what Zed says suddenly sort of clicks is like when he said the tower looks like it goes lower. That's the first we should have checked for trapdoors, not tried to dig down into the tower. And I think it clicks, and that's why I was like, no, there's a bear in there, and kind of looks at Riaris.
Riaris just. Like just full
And
sweat.
This is great. It's gonna take forever. This is
just here. Zed is right. I think we should probably just. Zed is right.
What?
Probably digging was not the best. If we had thought about it, I was excited, and I thought, someone said there's buried treasure, and we should just go and check to see if there's a trapdoor on the first floor. We don't have to be loud. You just go in there, and that's what we should. I can't believe you already dug a 6-foot hole. That is an accomplishment in itself. But digging any further, and like I said, we're gonna need
just shut up and get me out, and just get me out. Thank you.
All right.
That's great.
Yeah. Let me help you out.
All right.
Thank you.
While they're doing that, I'm walking in the building.
You're doing this next time. Letting you know. Dig a 6-foot hole.
That's fair.
You walk in.
I raise my bottle towards Zed. Zed?
All right. I'm gonna. So, is the staircase winding up?
Sort of. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go to the furthest back part from the entrance,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna get on my hands and knees and look at the floor. I knock on it. Does it sound hollow? Like there's empty below the floorboards?
I love that. So it is a stone floor, just for the record. But yeah, I think in that process of doing that, I assume if I said no, you would just keep going, right?
I would just start tapping places till I felt something hollow.
Yeah, just going on the ground. Zed, give me a survival check with advantage. Or perception. Either or.
18 and 24.
Cool. With the 24, I'd say just about the point where you come in and you get just like an eye full of Zed butt. Like a Zed is just full on the ground, just okay.
He walks in as if he just did a bunch of work, past Kayanora, just oh yeah.
I do the same thing to Yoon, just Yoon, a tip of the cap kind of vibe with the bottle.
Riaris comes in, actually looking like he did work.
Sand caked on my body, just sweat going between it. Looking around.
Oof. That didn't look
Working
fun.
hard, Kaelinor. You find? Yeah. Great.
Yeah, I did. Working so hard. I just kind of carried the wine bottles casually, probably still in her hand. Yeah.
Just leaning. Maybe just dripping just a little bit out the side.
Chilling.
Ogre, you come in, I assume.
Yeah. Ogra, seeing what everyone's doing, is gonna now that I realize I did have the spell, she's going to cast Detect Magic around the bottom.
Okay, you got it. You don't notice any magic. But, Zed, you do hear a space that is hollow right by the entrance. Only slightly. So the 24, you get the idea, there's a solid maybe 2.5 feet of stone and it's just the 24, the inhuman level of perception to be able to hear that hollowness.
All right, so hey, you and Riaris, right here, sounds like it's hollow but deep, like far down. But it's right here by the front door. Do we have a way of like getting in there without everything coming down?
What do you mean? We don't. Hollow is in. Like there's a giant stone that we could pull up.
Like think of like a trap door, but a really thick stone trap door that we need to break through.
Break. I mean, yeah. We just. I mean,
right.
with leverage, you can lift anything. You just need a long enough bar and.
I mean, I don't see anywhere to like lift it.
Hold on.
But we'd have to break the floor.
Let me go. Let me go get my lance. Hold on. I'll go off to get my lance.
I'm gonna
if I can.
take the. I have a dagger. I'm gonna try and do the thing where you try to find a gap in between.
You're gonna Indiana Jones it.
Yeah. Try to find a gap in there. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So Riaris, you're going to get your lance. You try to find like a space with your dagger. I'll say, give me a perception check.
Notice them all go into the tower. Car will land and be behind them. Like, what's going on?
The tower go. Oh, you were there for that.
I got an unnatural 1.
Beautiful. Riaris, you come back to seeing just a face full of Yoon butt, as Yoon is in that same spot.
Yoon.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't hurt yourself. There's manual.
Yeah,
labor.
with the
I don't want you
robe,
to
it's
break a nail
very.
or
Yeah,
something.
it's the yukata is not that. It doesn't cover everything. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to, using the lance, cast stone shape on the floor, assuming that it is
You
stone.
absolutely can.
And would like to open up a
That was smart.
5-foot area.
So smart.
Right, right where that is. I appreciate the effort, Ewan. It was A plus.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I
And
deserve that. You could have said that your lance can do that before.
I said I was going. Sure.
I didn't.
Yeah.
They
You
just
want
did
to get in the
something
should
to
have
that
said
lance.
competition? We should get in a should have
Well,
said
that's
competition.
fair.
That'll be good. I'm sure that'll be
Secret
fun.
hole.
But yeah, open it up and just look down.
As soon as you
were right, Zed. Nice.
He's gone.
Oh shit.
Beautiful. Riaris or Yoon, as you say, Zed is gone. You hear a drop, and you hear the sound of Zed footsteps. Yep, just crawling around.
He moves so fast. What
Did he just jump in the dark hole?
is he?
Yeah.
Can he see in the dark?
Yeah, you
We're
all
not going down there, are
It's
we?
an elf.
Oh yeah, we're going down there.
Zed,
are.
give me a perception check.
Oh, 11.
Cool. You have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
With an 11, you notice iconography along the walls of stars, a moon, and a sun. And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys in 10.
There it is.
I think you were muted, Joe.
Oh, me too.
Didn't realize it. That my bad.
Oh, we have a new little logo thing too.
No, they saw our bottom halves.
Yeah.
You can thank Brandon for the quick work on that. Thank you, Brandon. What was I doing? Sorry, I was doing something. Need to bring that to that. Okay, there we go.
Oh, you switched to. Yeah, I see. Looks good.
So I imagine as one by one, you all drop down into this very small room, very similar to. I mean, it's the same dimensions as the room you were in before. You feel the cold, wet stone beneath your feet. For those that have dark vision, you see the iconography looking very similar to what is upstairs now. And actually, like you all to roll me a perception check on the iconography down here.
I would also like to just, as we're going down, like get a pebble or a rock and just cast light on it, if possible. And just a nice soft blue.
Car thanks you, so I can make that perception check.
I wasn't sure if Car was going to go down. Yeah, but
Well, I mean, I don't. He kind of sighs audibly, but he doesn't argue, and he follows you.
Does Car have dark vision?
No.
But there's light now.
Ogra's gonna hold Car's hand.
There's light now, so we're good.
There's now light, but yeah.
You can still hold his
But you
hand.
can. I mean, you can still hold
Ogra's
his hand. Yeah.
holding his hand.
She holds,
Yeah, I like it.
She holds his hand. He's like, all right.
Uh-oh.
Don't let Nala see.
Nala's.
Nala pops in.
Boat, a little window.
Hey guys, I just wanted to apologize. I was really weird, but what the fuck is this?
That's it. That's the TPK we were waiting for. We got it.
Oh, good. Okay, great. You're all down here in one spot. Perfect.
Fireball.
So the rest of the campaign will just be Nala. Just hang out. Perfect.
Probably
Nala and the weed.
Let's be real.
Nala in the weed.
Oh my god, were all the spirits annoying her?
Cool.
I got it.
So, what'd you guys get?
21.
15.
5.
3.
5, 7, 3, something, and then 21.
15.
19.
19. Okay, cool. Riaris and Zed. Noticing that the markings on the wall look very similar. Zed, I think for you, because this would have been your first time really coming in here, you pop your head back out and look up at the iconography that's there, and then look back down. Riaris, I think you're already kind of like putting your hands along the walls here. The difference here is oddly symmetrical. The moon is where the sun was, and the sun is where the moon was. But other than that, everything else looks pretty much the same. You notice that there is there is no like stairway leading down, but there is a wooden trap door. About, I'd say about 3 feet to the right of the entrance.
When you mentioned the moon is where the sun was reversed compared to what? Above? On the first floor or second floor?
Compared to the first floor.
Yeah, Riars, like,
Oh,
those.
Yeah, they're reversed. Like, there's
Maybe
the
this
sun
is,
and under
like up
is-
there, the sun makes them work, but maybe down here, darkness works because of sun and moon.
That's a leap, but not crazy.
Sure.
Yeah, so you all right?
I'm fine. No, I haven't quite seen this before. Also, watch your step. There is a trapdoor right over there.
I poke my head down there, Joe.
Um,
Does it look like
The door is closed right now.
no, I'm at the hole?
The hole that you came into?
Oh, so I'm inside. Okay, never mind. Then my question is, could the tower, the lower part of the tower, be an upside down version of the upper tower?
that is my thought as well.
It's possible.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm kind of at a loss. We could keep going down and seeing if there's another floor, another story where there's a pedestal, right? I mean,
Sounds good to me.
I mean, I can't. There's no way. I don't think you could drag me out of here. Well, you probably could drag me out of here, but you'd have to get me. I mean, how do we not go in that trapdoor?
have to.
You know.
Yeah, it's this nice little treasure
Looking
hole.
up at the sky, going, "Oh, I don't know.
If you don't want to, like, if you want to, like, we could get a rope just in case we need it, or if you want to tell Yef what we're doing, or Nala, you don't have to come if you don't want to. I want you there, but you don't have to.
It might take us a while if you want to let them know.
Well, I don't know how long it's going to take. We might just pop in and there's nothing there and we come out, but who knows?
I agree with you.
I've done through caverns with you before. I don't like it, but
All right, we'll try not to dally.
All right, down the trapdoor we go.
Or up.
treasure.
It could be another upside down tower this way.
Oh, you know what? Riars.
So down, are there stairs that lead down from the trapdoors, or is it like a ladder? Like, is it just how do you get down? Like, we open the wooden. So we want to open the wooden.
Oh, you want to open the wooden trapdoor? Yeah. It is locked.
All right, guys. Well, that was a good try.
Yep.
So you guys leave. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to do a little bit of downtime.
Yeah, we're all going to go
and-
back to our homes, actually. Each one of us.
It was a good campaign, guys. Yeah.
before we get too far, Joe, I will hop back outside. I'm going to use prestidigitation to make a small mark outside the tower in Eric Cochran,
Okay.
and that just says, like, a couple little quick sigils that basically just say down with like an arrow, but in Eric Cochran, so hopefully Kobamu, if he sees it, I mean, he may see the distinction, but still, it's mostly for Nala. I don't want to have her be like, where'd they go? So,
She's gonna love that.
and I'll jump back down with them.
Down.
You at least left a note.
Basically, yeah.
Mhm.
You're not gonna
The
get all
note
your
says,
points
Ogre
away.
held my hand. I just thought you should know.
Oh my god.
Want to have an honest relationship?
I want to have an honest relationship, and I feel like you should know.
Oprah held my hand. Yes.
Is
Very platonically.
for the trapdoor. Does it seem like it's locked from the inside of the trapdoor, or is there a lock on top?
I want to make 2 points. One, good point. Secondly, it would be crazy for me to not tell you that. Like the idea of like it's locked. Oh, you just gotta pull the latch. Like it's right there. But
It's actually a push trapdoor.
right, it's a push. But no, that is a good point. That is weird. If the point of entrance is here, then why is it locked from this side? Or not this side?
Right.
Hmm. Let's see. No, not that.
Does anyone have a lock picking kit? I mean, is there any like fits, like a place where a key would go? It's just locked and it's a flat slab of wood and like, that's what I'm saying. Like, is there any place where
Oh, Ogre has
key?
these tools.
Right, but if there's no place for a key,
Or hinges, or right? Just,
Yeah, everything's from like the other side.
take the hinges off.
And you said it's a wood door?
It's a wooden trapdoor, yes.
This
Shadow,
can't
you
stop
go.
me. Daggers.
All right,
Over
just
your
step
head?
back.
I would
It's
grab
fine.
his arm before he does that.
It's fine. Is there any space between is there a crack? Like in
You're right.
great.
Crowbar.
I use gaseous
Yes.
form and I go through.
Oh.
Okay.
And Ogre just pulls out her thieves' tools, and then right when he does it, she's about to.
I just pull out the crowbar. Oh.
Shrugs as a gas and then goes down.
Ogre? This is Goblin 101.
Yoon, I'll just tell you because I think the perception check you would eventually see. You have dark vision, right?
I always forget. I think I think hobgoblins do, but I just forget where it
Yeah,
is.
it's just formed down there. Doesn't see anything.
Yeah, on the left.
It's black, guys.
Yes.
Under your passives, yeah.
Yeah, I have dark vision. Yep.
Cool. Do you... I think I know the answer to this as, like, my concept of Yoon. Does Yoon's first thought, I do gaseous form, and then I focus on trying to get this door open on the other side, or do I look down first?
Oh, I definitely look around. Yeah. Like, I mean, maybe not for a long time, but, like, I'm not going to just, like, immediately turn back. Because also, that spell, I can't go back and forth. Like, once I've cast it, like, I can... And that's a lot of my... That's half of my spell slots. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to use it a little bit to just at least, float around and see what's there.
I'm going to say roll me an investigation check.
Okay. 15.
15. There we go. With the 15, the first thing you notice is on the ground a decomposed body. It's hard to tell how long it's been like this, how long it's been down here. Even this, this low in the ground, there are the occasional sort of like tiniest bugs that could get in here, but it's gross. You notice that there is something from your dark vision that seems to glint in your eye as if there was a light source here. And I'm going to ask you this. Do you look at what's glinting or do you look for the light source first?
I look for the light source.
Turning around, you notice that I think the first thing you see is that the stone walls around look very similar. And there's a certain spot where they don't, where it's darker. It's like almost black. And you're in gaseous form right now, so it's hard to really notice too much on that. What did you get on your investigation check?
15.
15. It's something darker. And you're not really sure. It doesn't look like it's like a mass or anything. It's almost like a hole for like a doorway. And before you do anything, I'm going to look something up just real quick.
How do you kill someone in gaseous form?
How do you do that? What's
you
the
still
way
take
to do
damage
it?
and stuff. I think that things just have like disadvantage on. You just have resistance, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. It does specifically say that. Great. Yeah, I think in your perspective with the dark vision and everything, it actually looks like it's like an opening somewhere.
I got it.
All good.
Crap. So yeah, he will at least. He's in gaseous form. Like it's a somewhat protected form, and he wants to use it, I think. And so he will sort of slide partially back up through the crack, and just with a sort of, I guess you still have some sort of form, kind of like, it's some misty cloud, so I don't know exactly what the form is, but
I'll say because you're casting it, I'll allow you to look like a humanoid sort of hand.
yeah, or at least it
coming
like
out.
forms a sort of hand to just kind of make a one set, just, and then yeah,
I'll have to do that. Yes, absolutely. I like that.
yeah, and then I'm gonna float over towards the opening and try to see. I guess I'm gonna try to go in if it's an opening and see, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
As soon as you do, you are unable to pass through. As if there's some odd barrier. I think, like, your initial sort of, like, movement through, do you think you go through it, like, do you, like, try to go through it, like... No, well, that's not important. Yeah, you're unable to go through this.
I think at this point, that's enough danger putting myself in without the rest of the group that I would go back and. So is there a ladder going down? Like how does the actual there's just a sort of trapdoor kind of in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. And actually, you notice that there is again, like, kind of borrowing from the same concept of, like, it's possible that this is the tower upside down. You see there is a almost like a stalactite, but very purposely built. It looks like the upside down version of a pedestal.
Right. And does it have anything on it? What was the glinting object?
You turn back, looking at the object that was glinting, and you see this figure. At first, almost looked like it had its head in its hands, and that's how it passed. But you can see that the glinting is a crack in the center of its skull, where it has some sort of foreign object shoved into its skull. Something metallic as you look closer inspection.
What's the lock on the trapdoor look like?
So you look at the lock on the trapdoor. It looks basically almost like twice the size of the door itself. It looks like it is a massive, pulley system lock. Not a pulley system. It's a giant version of that thing.
A bar pull thing? Or
Yeah, like a bar lock. Yeah.
Slide lock.
It looks to be made of stone.
Okay. I'm gonna drop gaseous form below the door where there's a space to stand, I suppose, on the floor there, or / ceiling.
It is high enough that it would be difficult for you to be able to reach up and do and this is semantics, honestly. I would allow you to, like, drop your gaseous form while holding on to the lock, like trying to kind of catch from the ceiling. It is just high enough that it is outside of your reach.
Yeah. And yet, for some reason, I'm going to drop below that on the floor.
Cool.
And yell up, okay, there's a big lock. Looks pretty heavy. It's a little bit higher than I just need to find something I can push over and then maybe, like, stand on it and unlock it. But it is not this room. There's a lot of stuff down here, including a dead guy and some weird darkness. I'm going to try to open this. Just give me a second, and then I'm going to go over and see what's inside the guy's head.
Car looks. He gets a little relaxed when he hears there's a dead guy.
Kara's just like, go forth, my friends.
Oh, thank gods.
Yoon, tell me how you do that.
So, yeah, he's just, I'm just gonna walk over and I'm not gonna touch it, but he gets closer to it, and then there's a sort of darkness that's between the thing and the object in the guy's head. Is that like projecting the darkness somehow, or is it, I guess the
Looking at the darkness now, now outside your form, or outside your gaseous form, you notice it's moving slightly. And I'd say if you're staring at the dark, like almost seeming like the open hole. I want to clarify. Is that what you're looking at? Or are you looking at the thing in the figure's head?
Well, I was just making sure. I don't want to cross if there's a path of something between the figure's head and that door, I don't want to walk in between those two things. Like as if there's like a line or something like that.
So like the projection sort of thing kind of made sense in the idea that like it is in one corner, not a corner, it's a circular room, but like it's on the opposite side of this this seeming passageway that you couldn't get through in gaseous form.
Yeah, fuck it. And I'm gonna cast Fly. And then I'm gonna fly up and open the trapdoor.
You got it. Okay. You cast Fly, you open the door. And Zed just falls straight down to the ground.
Crouching on it, like daggering it.
No, I think just because I think it's really funny. I think Zed, you do like and like you kind of catch yourself and
I just have both my feet on each edge,
yeah.
hanging down.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Treasure.
No, Zed. I don't want you to touch anything when you come down here. Just promise me that, please don't. We can touch stuff possibly, but just don't rush into it. I think I need to ask Riaris.
Okay. I think you said something about
chuck
that
the light
person.
source down as well. The little light pebble as the door opens.
And
that tumbles down.
Okay.
And I think Car got excited.
Riaris, could you actually
Not excited. He calmed down.
both? Yeah, Riaris, could you poke your head down first, if you would? It seems like it's okay down here, but there's a lot of stuff, and I just want your opinion.
Okay. I'll poke my head down. Look down.
Okay. Riaris, you see the skeleton on the ground. I would like you to give me a history check.
Oh man. Oh, that's cool. That's it's gonna be a -1.
Okay.
I'll why not?
Is
We're
this a
using
high?
all the
Is this
stuff.
an important roll? I do have an inspiration.
Um,
Kind of feel like it might.
it could be.
I think I want to burn it. Kind of feel like I'm gonna burn it because otherwise
Okay.
I'm not gonna use it. That is a natural 20.
Yeah.
So that was a 1 and a 20. So that worked out pretty good.
Yeah, well done.
I just put this picture away, so give me a second. There it is. Riaris, as you look down at the decomposed body, you notice that first off, it's almost been slightly mummified. Mummified. It's mostly skeleton. But you see that there is what looks to be like these sort of like leftover. It almost looks like it could be like some like vine, or it takes you a second to be able to recognize that it looks like it's like a leftover dread. And with a nat 20. You only saw this figure for a second. Just a second. But for some reason, you know who this is. Or what.
What? Yeah, I don't know who, right, but what?
Yeah, you never got a name.
Yep.
But that image, that moment of the figure with the large kind of painted skull on the head with the dreads that were hanging back in that cave that you saw, that had just turned in that moment and looked you dead in the eye. And then as quickly as it comes, let's go.
I think you probably see me as I look down, and you see that flash of recognition that I have in there. I take a deep breath, and say, "I'm coming down, Yoon. Doesn't look like there's a way up. Can we get some rope, maybe to tie up here or something?" But then I'm just gonna hop down. I'm not gonna wait for a rope. I hope other people will do that
Okay.
problem. I'm not gonna deal with that. And I'm gonna hop down.
Cool. Yoon, as you see Riar's hop down, you notice I think you both will notice this very quickly, but I think the drop of the like light source stone, you notice that there's a interesting sort of reflection off of the water, or excuse me, of Riaris, you see this as well. There's this weird sort of like wave-like reflection of the light sort of refracting off. And Riaris, you notice that the passageway is water. It's not just water, it's the ocean. It's the sea. It's underwater.
Like the path is water, or like going through that threshold is going into water?
Correct. Second one.
Fuck.
And it doesn't look like you're able to see enough with like the light source and everything that it doesn't look like it's like a hallway down. It's just open to under the island and in water.
That's why I couldn't pass through it as a
That's why you
gas.
couldn't pass through it.
Oh, that's cool. That's very clever.
Dan, you can make sure that mic's close to your mouth.
Sorry, I was mumbling
Okay.
under my breath anyway. I was not speaking loudly.
Cool.
I was just saying that was very clever, Joe. Now you gotta say it really loud.
Sorry. Just one more
Yeah,
time.
please
Can you say
speak
that
up.
one more time?
What you said there? Yeah.
Couldn't quite hear that.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in the world. I don't know why we would ever think of that.
You hear this barking sound as a dogfish goes by the window.
Nope.
Yeah, it sounds like that,
no
though.
bad here.
It's weird.
Yep. I think I'll just sit there kind of staring at that for a second, and then kind of look at Yoon, and I don't know. You see that? That's water,
You see?
I think.
Fun. I told you.
Fun.
Have I
You
seen anything like this before?
I don't think you're down here yet. So
I
these
thought I
are
fell
these are
down.
moments. Okay, cool. These are moments like this. I need to know who's where. So if you've said I jumped down, I missed that.
Alright. So yeah, I probably fell down before Riaris and then was just keeping quiet.
I did tell him not to
Okay.
touch anything.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
right, that's right.
down there.
Cool.
Yeah. I will keep Zed close, maybe grab the back of his collar just to make sure he doesn't immediately run through it as I'm kind of blankly staring, just instinctual, Not yet dead.
Okay. What about the thing in the
yeah.
guy's head? Wait? Do you know what that is, or do you know who?
I would definitely like to inspect that more as to what is in his head. And as I go forward, I'm like, no, but I had a flash of something that's impossible. I didn't know what it was until this moment that whatever it was is that body. And I want to go see what is in their skull.
Okay. How would you like to do so?
I would like to get close to it. I don't want to immediately go and touch and try to grab it, but I would like to get pretty close to it to see if I can see what the stone itself is. Yeah, that would be my first look.
You got it. As you get close to the body, there's a moment where you I'd like you to give me a Constitution saving throw. I'm not trying to be silly here.
That is a 20, dirty 20.
Okay. There's a moment here where the excitement, the odd, magic and mystery of this sort of thing kept you from the realization that as you got closer, the smell. It is awful. This figure has decomposed in a place that the smell has nowhere to go. As you get close enough to this figure, you see the instrument that has been shoved into its head. I'd like you to give me a medicine check.
What is that? That's a 5.
Okay. You're not really sure what the process was here, what made this creature die like this. Now I'd like you to give me an investigation check.
17.
Okay. With a 17, you're not entirely sure, but there's a moment where you feel like you look at the room, the pedestal that is now like a stalactite above. I think you instinctively reach in your bag. Because it looks a lot like a instrument that you have in there. At least the part that you can see.
I will pull one of the two out. Just hold it kind of by his head, looking between the two items. Look over my shoulder towards Yoon and Zed, if they are seeing the same thing.
Yeah, Yoon is just sort of like, kind of taps Zed on the shoulder, just like, you found this. It's fucking cool, right? You found it. Wouldn't have found
Water?
it if you didn't dig down. Water, I see that. We're gonna wait on the water just a second, but those, are they the same? Riaris.
So I can only see a certain part of it. I gotta give Yoon a queasy look. I mean, there's one way to find out if they're the same. They look like they could be the same.
Let's do it together. Everybody come down here.
Yeah, Car, you
So
might
wait,
be good at...
Car, yeah.
You go.
If we're going to be teleported somewhere, or whatever's going to happen, we should do it together.
Yep.
What do you need? I hop down.
Ogre goes down.
I jumped down as well.
Kaylin, don't. Oh shit! Did anybody tie a rope?
It's fine. I'm currently flying. Oh yes, also car.
And muffins if Ogre summons.
There
him.
is no way Muffins is fitting in here. Please don't summon Muffins.
Fit in there.
Muffins
And
does
car
not fit
probably
there for
and
sure.
the wings. I don't know how the wing. Well,
If I
we'll
get
deal
back
with
through the
that.
I can push myself up enough to grab it and lift it. I can.
Yeah, well,
It's
we're
also,
good.
like I would say, it's probably up maybe 9 feet tall. So like you
Yeah.
guys could also
Yeah,
firemen's.
not that I-
firemen's,
You guys could
whatever
just
it's
jump up
Not that I
there.
haven't been flying for a while.
That's true. Good.
It's been more than 10 minutes since we first went back into the tower, right? Way more than 10 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
So as everybody comes down, I'll do a quick debrief. I'll kind of let them know what I've seen, etc.
Car's very like getting close but not touching the body. Like,
Can you talk to it? I guess you have to see it. Do you call it or do you see it and then it's like it's here and you can talk to it?
Joe, this is the same day that the orcs died by Kobamu's hand, isn't it?
Say that one more time.
Is this the same day that the orcs died by Kobamu's hand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that right now, I wouldn't be able to speak with him. Looks like maybe. I wouldn't be able to speak with the individual until until tomorrow.
I understand. There's only it somewhat must be taxing talking to.
It can be. At least, I can still call spirits. I just can't pull on one specific one to
This one
ask
looks like
questions.
it's
But
been dead for a
fine.
long time. No, don't
What's
worry
his
about
head?
it. I think it's one of the.
It's shiny.
It is shiny. It is glinting.
Did you see the
Ogre's
the
eyebrow
stone?
goes
You
up
see-
a little bit.
Be thankful, Joe, that I didn't pick a raven, Eric.
or a magpie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately grabs it.
As Ogre is like leaning in also with Car very, very closely, like unknowing that she's doing this, she's like tapping her chin and moving her finger around, and out of her staff, kind of spores come out, not knowing she's doing this, and she's going to cast Animate Dead.
Okay.
Unknowingly. Cast a spell that has verbal components. Wait, no, is it just somatic?
I like the concept.
Whatever it is. I mean, because you can do that too. Like, you could unknowingly say the
Would not
words
know
and
the
like
spell.
say the words. Yeah, I can't slip out. Yeah. I have trouble with Yoon's accent where it just feeds into my own accent and I can't switch back and forth.
Cool. I like it.
Does it look like
Yes.
that his cause of death was the object jammed into his head, or that was it jammed in later?
Roll a medicine
so-
check.
Okay. I got a solid 11.
With an 11, this looks 11 is enough to tell you that it either looks like it's staged this way or this is the cause of death of the creature, and it was self-inflicted.
Ooh.
Self-inflicted. Ooh.
Yep, the hands are over the thing like this.
Yeah. How would you even?
That's some Hellraiser shit.
Well, I guess
This was going to be the shopping episode, guys.
Yeah, we're shopping.
We're shopping.
We're kind of shopping.
We're window
Yeah.
shopping right now.
Window shopping.
We're deciding on what kind of death that we'd like.
How?
Ogre, you cast Animate Dead. As you do, spores come out. We notice that from Ogre, from your finger, as one of the parts of this cane that you have, there's a chip in the wood that seems to cut right into your pinky, and a drop of blood drips down from the cane. You hear this horrible crunching sound, the sound of bones grinding against each other slowly as the hip joints with whatever is left over from the sinew, whatever it is, try to connect together to move enough to make this creature lift from its position.
Ogre slowly putting her hands up, covering her ears. She doesn't like the sound.
Car being right next to it just hisses and backs up.
Yeah, I think Riaris does like that thing, like you slam on the brakes, you put your hand over the passenger seat, like instinctively, whatever, like that. And imagine just kind of push it back, you know.
Yeah. Car, you back up and you hit just a little bit of the water, and you hear it's like. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Did Car see the spores?
I think so.
Okay. He looks at Ogre like, why?
You see the figure looks up, doesn't take its hands away.
Ooh.
Hello.
It doesn't have any eyes. The eyes are the first thing to go.
Wait,
Someone will explain what's happening?
Ogre, can you command it? Can you tell it to do something?
Can you talk to
Ogre's
him?
doing this?
I mean, that's what Ka seems to think. And I can't do this.
There are spores.
Ogre,
Those are yours.
Ogre was thinking it would be easier if he could give it to us.
It's not great if you're casting spells just with your subconscious thought, but we'll go over that. Can you tell it to do things?
Put your right hand in, put your right hand out.
Come on, Joe, be a serious skeleton now. Come on.
Put your right hand in.
This is. I'll do it. This is heartbreaking for me. The extremely dark, disturbing NPC that you're making me do basically a chicken dance for.
Hokey pokey, baby.
But it is indeed dead, so.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll something here.
I'm gonna go with you.
Yep.
Then, Ogre.
Its right arm peels off horribly. You're welcome. And falls to the ground.
Thank you. That's one.
That's the problem for her.
Shall we put it on the pedestal or just I don't want to touch it, but we could put it in the bag. Just tell him to put it somewhere. Or tell him to take it out of his head.
Can you take it out of your head?
Well, I'm glad it's compliant.
Is it
You still
covered
have
in
that
goop
drip,
or
drip, drip, drip.
Well, that's
Okay.
Oh, there's
Great.
good. That's a good thing, I'm guessing.
Will he bite me if I? What the?
Nope. I put my hand on Riaris just as he goes to grab it.
What?
Do you want it in the bag?
You want to grab it?
Hold on. Let me. I got an idea.
Oh no.
I'm gonna take both my daggers out and pinch it between them, flat blades,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna try to pull it from his hand.
Okay. She has command of it. She can tell it to let go.
I was good. Yeah, but you could tell
Let
it to.
go, please.
We don't want to
Oh, okay.
ask if it would put it up on the pedestal, but.
Ogre, give me a. God, I don't know. Give me a medicine check. DC 15.
Medicine. I'm good at those. I'm really good at those. I'm excellent right now. That's going to be 24.
Jeez, wow. With a 24, you see as it lets go finally, you see the fingers, two of them snap back, as if the tension and weight on how it was holding this was so heavy that it just seemed to like backfire, like the idea of like a very
All the
tight bow. Yeah, just like
all the force he put into like shoving it in there.
not just shoving it in, holding on to it.
Whoa. That thing may actually been trying to get out this whole time, maybe?
That's not what I said, but okay.
Okay, that's how Ogre's interpreting it with the force of the...
No. He was holding on to it so
Okay.
tight.
Right. Nobody touched that.
Too late. Riaris grabbed it.
No, Zed's got it in his knives.
Nope, Zed's got it in his knives.
Riaris is very thankful. That was a good idea, Zed.
Alright, should I get some of the stuff off of it?
Let's just take a beat.
Put it on the ground or just something.
Alright, I hold it just above the ground with my arms straight out and the daggers. And I'm going to cast Create Water to just a little bit to try to wash off some of the goop so we can get like a better look at it.
I like it. I like that a lot.
I'm shocked you're not putting it in your stink vial.
Zed, just FYI, you're killing it, man.
Yeah.
You do so, and you notice it looks almost exactly like the instrument Riaris that you were holding, and maybe you just put back in the bag. I don't know. With one slight difference. Can you guess?
Placement of the sun and the moon. I think
Moon's where the
Riaris
sun
kinda
was,
gets
the
it,
sun
does
was
that,
where the moon
and
was.
holds the other one, and goes.
So we have a upside down tower, or a mirror of what's up there. We have what looks like it's grown over with stone, but the pedestal, that's like the pedestal from above. 2 floors down, 2 floors up, and a reverse. The question is, why was this person? Why did they put it? Why were they holding it so tightly, and possibly put it through their own head, or like what? It feels either possessive or protective. Are they keeping this from being used, or really the only questions here are our actions? Do we take it and we leave? Do we put one of the two on the pedestal to see what happens? We're trying to stop.
We can spend the night here and I
Something
can ask him
big.
tomorrow.
Spend the night here.
With
Sounds
the bear
awful,
upstairs?
but maybe. I mean, what we know of them is that they can transport or teleport, and so maybe he wanted to break whatever pathway was created, and by doing that, killing himself and locking himself down.
Right, he wanted
here.
to keep-
Why? Where are we? I don't know, but right.
Kaelinor, where are you?
Probably on the edges of the group, but I'm staring at the water a little bit. Kay is feeling very bad vibes of why it was in his head.
I'd like you to roll me a religion check with advantage.
Okay.
And I would, when she's done, if Car wants to try something too.
D&D Beyond, work with me, please. Oh. 17 and a number
21.
21. Thank you.
It popped up on my screen first. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
There's a moment where a single sentence kind of becomes emboldened in your brain, and I think, if I may, Kaelinor, I think you just whisper it out loud, just it's absentmindedly. they had the wrong one. Thinking about the concept of what it was, what they were waiting for, what all of the scriptures that's built into the idea of how Diametalis is supposed to come to being. It's when the time is right, when all of the isles have aligned in worshiping and understanding what is beneath. Looking at this washed off, still probably gooey instrument, seeing the difference of the moon being above the sun, seeing this room, the pedestal that is sitting opposite and facing just the right space for where this underwater window sits. They were looking for the wrong one. These are the ones you can't let them have.
I think Kay's mind slightly breaks, and there is a little tiny part of her which is like, I could put that on the pedestal and see what happens, and then immediately is like shuts it down, like no.
Hmm.
You put it on the pedestal and could see what
No.
happens.
No.
I do think you hear out loud, if I may. I just think, like, you know, that thought is so, like,
Present.
yeah. I think you just accidentally just say it out loud.
Absolutely.
Well, I think, yeah, like Yoon was just talking about all the things we could do, and that's one of the options. And so I think that's we could do that. Yeah. Or
we're not doing that.
all right.
You okay? Okay.
So that underwater window, Diametalis, serpent, god, snake. The Merlin Lope are looking for the wrong one. They want your Solar Lunaris. They can't get these ones. If it's true that these towers are the same everywhere and there's an underneath, that means when you line up all the instruments in the towers, they'll connect somewhere, and they'll go to that little island above Batlodife, and the underwater tower, the underwater gate, will release Diametalis, and that's where Kay's brain is going. Of that's how they bring him.
But what's gonna release the top if those are turned on?
That's also a good question.
Maybe island spirits, maybe more teleportation stuff.
Maybe it's Selma.
Like in the cave drawing, it showed a lady ascending.
So it could be her.
Ooh. I don't see a lady ascending. I've only ever seen one descending, which was the Sea Witch on Mamare.
Ogre's right.
Thanks, Nala.
How did she find us?
Fiery beacon.
Just a
I was-
voice
No,
in
it was
the cave saying,
Kobamu. It
"Ogre's
was just
right."
kind of dropped in.
You guys got it.
Ogre's right.
I know. Sorry, we said we were going. It's very awkward.
Goes to the zombie. Read the room.
I pulled
no
this
one's after
card.
you.
What does it do?
Oh,
no.
The force speed.
Dude,
Is that a two of wins?
we all turn into babies.
Baby Kobamu.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh no!
baby
Oh.
Babu.
Baby
Although if he
Babu.
ages 20 years, it's like it's
Get
exactly
out
the
of
same.
bed.
Oh, baby
No, but we
Bjorn.
all turn it so it becomes the
Yeah, we get like a Rugrats thing going on.
yeah, it's like a Rugrats
babies.
thing. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Beware the frog.
Baby
in the
Looney
logbook.
Tunes. Yeah, all right.
In the logbook, I thought, wasn't there like I had a note about mirrored, like maybe there was a drawing of it, but it was like this was actually what the drawing was of. Is kind of like the mirrored thing.
Yeah. Where's the other one?
Yeah, so maybe it was like there's some conjecture by that person or whatever. Yeah, this is because that's yeah. This is so yeah. This is what this is what's in the logbook as well. So there's also the option of there's a lot of variables. You know, we could put the ones we have on this pedestal, and we could put that one on the upper pedestal. I just want to know what happens most of the time. There's a lot of possibility, but I do feel like that we probably just want to grab that thing and leave or destroy it if that's the way they summon Diametalis. Doesn't that we just kind of break it?
So, if
while everyone's talking, Carr moves so that he is between the water and the party.
Okay.
if the one Riaris is holding is activated by sunlight, and this thing's underground, how does this one activate?
Well, given the reality, wouldn't this one be above ground if the moon was in the sky all the time? And maybe the sun one would be underground because the moon won? Or am I making this up?
Well, at the very least, it seems like the conclusion would be that moonlight activates this one.
But moon didn't win in this reality, so it's down here.
But
Not yet.
But still, it's just a reverse of the functionality. If sunlight works for the one that's
How would moonlight
this
even
way,
get
then
this
moonlight
far?
worked for the one that way.
I don't disagree.
When
It's just
Riaris, when you say how would moonlight even get this far, you remember the glint that you saw. Even in water, light can shine through.
Right. If anything, water refracts the light more, and if it's only a little bit of moonlight, then yeah, any amount of moonlight coming through there. If that's really the water that's right outside.
And how much science is real? Like, do we know the moon affects the tides?
Yeah, I think you know that.
The moon doesn't really affect the tides that much.
Okay,
Well,
because
yeah, the conceptually,
but the moon's kind of affecting the water all the time, isn't it? Like the way it moves, isn't that?
Is there a staircase?
Yeah, but the light of the moon isn't hitting the.
No, but the moon's it's underwater.
I mean,
so-
what if all of these connecting them, the moon they change the tides
So-
and they reveal something that's under the water? That's
So
what
technically, if we're on the underside, doesn't that mean we're on the second story? So where's the staircase?
Is there a third? Is there another
that-
trapdoor? Yeah.
to go down?
Ogra wasn't sure if you said this or not, but if you're by the window or not window, if you're by the ocean or in the water, the sea witch can see us. Does that count with the water window down here?
I actually don't know how the water's not flooded in. I'm gonna.
No one's touched the water.
My urge to
Carded,
explore
I
is
think,
slowly
correct.
dwindling, and my urge to survive is kind of overcoming
Rising.
it. And yes,
And I am
do we want to
standing
maybe put
between
that in the
as
bag
you
and
water
leave?
and the party.
as you
I'll
say
just
that, you see the dead body just falls to the ground. It's been a minute.
Ooh.
All right,
Fuck.
I'm
Oh,
put-
that's not the spell. Oh fuck, that scared the shit out of me.
gonna
Just
put
let us
the
know if you're gonna do that in the future. What?
Solaris
Ooh.
down, and I'm gonna walk over towards the water without touching it, but
Mhm.
look
I'm
at it
between
and
you and
see
the water.
if there's anything weird about it.
You see a patch of feathers blocking your way.
Last time we were talking about this, and you looked in water, something possessed you, and you didn't like it.
That is true.
That's why I'm standing here, Joe. Like, as soon as they started saying all these words, I'm like, nope.
So,
Yeah.
do we have anything to maybe grab that that's not our hands or put it like I'm not even sure putting cloth around it is really the best idea, depending. But
oh, you can shove it in a body part of his and then just put his body part in the bag. It was
What?
doing okay before.
I'm not actually
Ogre
against
got
that idea,
really,
but
really comfortable with the necromancy very quick.
And Karza says, "Take his head. I can talk to him later."
Beautiful.
Okay.
I'm
I like that
not
idea.
hating this idea.
I'm just
Car.
gonna touch it. What's the worst that could happen?
The touch that,
Yeah.
and what's the worst? Then I just that the
What do you think? I'm gonna jam
Wait.
it in my skull? That might.
Yeah.
do we live
Maybe.
in a world where sometimes things can magically control you? Then yes, I think maybe.
We did just watch Ogre control a skeleton.
It was really weird.
It might have been just he was trying to keep it safe. You're right.
Car.
By jamming it in his
so-
head? Okay, fair enough.
No,
Let
I
me-
mean, yeah, well,
Here,
yeah,
just
that's
feels
stand over
like-
here. Walk over into
that's
the
a
water
bit
with
much,
me,
but yeah,
so we can look at this.
Where's
Kalimar.
the water?
No, I don't want to go in the water. I just want to look at the water.
Yeah,
Kalimar,
that seemed like a
I
great
think-
idea.
I think as you say that, there's a familiarity you have with the concept of what the power of belief. What a concept can make a person do. That level of commitment. I think you see what happened. As you look around, you notice that there's no resemblance of any sort of provisions, no water, like words, water jug or leather, whatever it is. Canteen, there we go. There's no source of food. A lot of times when we think of when the thought of cultish religions believe in the idea, the fact that something might be coming, something's returning, something is, in this case, collecting. Soon. In your lifetime. This figure assumed something was coming soon. And when it didn't, it did the last thing it could do to make sure that no one would touch it. Belief is a powerful thing.
I think that wakes Kay up a little bit in terms of not that she forgot how serious the Menlock could be, but she hasn't been with them for a hot second and has enjoyed her time with the party and joking and having fun, and even though it's been deadly serious and death nearly, but has been able to like step back from that mentality. I think that's a cold reminder of, oh no, that's what they're like. And so I think she goes to her backpack, rummages around through like her vestments and stuff, and there's a blanket in there, and takes out the blanket and wraps up the instrument in that, and then just like holds it and deliberates putting it into a backpack, and then is like, no, I don't. for now, it's in her hands, wrapped in a blanket. So, just, yeah.
All right. You've got it. Let's go.
Yeah. Unless there's anything else. Zed wanted to try out some weird possessive water stuff.
I want to, but I can't get over there to check.
I'm not gonna. I'm all about consent. I just want to make sure you think it's smart because
Yeah.
bad things have happened.
Can you tell us what you
Okay.
want to do? Like, what do you?
First, I wanted to see what's holding this water back, and even if this is our own ocean.
Ogre's pretty sure it's magic.
Yeah, but what's casting it?
How would you like to find out?
Since the parties seem to be fighting it, Carr steps aside.
Zed.
And he will actually go up to the next level, waiting for a rope. So that way, when they're ready, he's there.
With a rope, you mean?
I'll work
Yeah.
with Carr and kind of toss you a rope up and start figuring it
Yeah,
out.
I mean, I'm just going to toss the wand of magic detection to Zed. Here. If you want to look at it properly.
All right.
Ogre's going
Okay.
up on the second floor too.
I'm gonna cast Divine Sense because Kay's a bit worried about the coral and the water thing, but is gonna also take a few steps back to kind of just in case anything does happen.
You're holding the thing. Maybe you should
Can-
take
yeah,
the
can
rope
you-
up.
Yeah.
You know, I trust you with it. You've got it.
I mean, you.
Right. Okay. Head up and cast Divine Sense though as I kind of peer down.
All right. Is everybody ready?
Sure.
What are you doing?
First, I'm going to use the wand to see what's going on about holding the water.
Okay. It seems to be held by magic. I'd allow you to give me an Arcana check.
Uh, 15.
For detect magic, the concept is designed around the idea of like school of magic sort of things. But for this, I will tell you it's divine magic. Something that was cast by, assumedly, a cleric or paladin.
Well, doesn't seem evil-ish, I guess. Maybe like something.
I didn't say that.
Well, it's something divine, I guess. That
The cult
casted
has
it.
a lot of paladins.
Divine is up to interpretation. The Kay will call down like it could still be bad.
All right, I'm gonna gently place one finger against it
Okay.
and see.
Roll me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Uh, 10 for athletics.
Okay.
1 second. I'm gonna use weighted dice. 3, so re-roll that. That's my last one.
17.
Did your weighted dice work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I had him re-roll, yeah.
You see a dark, leathery hand reach out, wrap around Zed's arm, and pull him through. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. We'll see you guys next week.